Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Beards and Barbarians, episode 49. As you see, we got the amazing Steve, aka Dragon X, back, as sadly he wasn't here last episode. And once again, we got Ryan, aka Run Damage. Let's get into some announcements and go right into the game because it's going to be a very interesting episode, to say the least.
It means we split the party beyond comparison, and we've got a bunch of angles we got to work.
Wait, it's Run Damage? I thought it was Run DMG.
It's Run DMG.
He's
Dungeon Master's guy.
Oh, yeah, so Brad, you're all kind of screwed up.
Yeah, he said Alex.
It just goes to show that I'm too awkward to correct something.
The announcement.
That's Southern polite.
So Run DMG. Let's move forward.
Yeah. So, our first sponsor of the night has always been our sponsor for damn near 50 main campaign episodes at this point. Is W Energy. It is on our link tree. You can click it. Is that the shaker cup from W?
It's a shaker cup from W. It's got a little anime girl on it.
Well, see, there you go.
Did you put that on, Brandon?
No,
I didn't. It's actually on there.
Oh, okay.
You can get you a shaker
printed.
cup and the stuff to put in the shaker cup, and guess what happens if you buy both? You still get 10% off. It's a great, all-natural tasting energy drink that doesn't give you the jitters, and it tastes. They really do. Like I say that because, it's an ad, but it's 100% honest opinion. Like, they're really, really good quality energy drinks, and like I said, it's not carbonated. Because I'm drinking a carbonated drink like straight when I get up in the morning, it makes your tummy all feel weird.
Makes my heart hurt
Because
a
you got
little bit.
all the bubbles. But there's no jitters. Joe is drinking blood.
I'm getting ready for Logan's next
Just
one.
straight grenadine.
Jesus!
Joe has a low iron count. Fun fact. Not anymore. But if you go to W on our link tree, click it, check out, enter the promo code NAT20Beards, and you get 10% off everything you order. So you could order like one of everything, and the 10% off still goes for everything.
Yes. For everything.
Ba-bam. Joe,
Bang.
hit it with your stuff.
Yo, as normal, we also have Dragon Nest delivery. Cute little box. Coolness. All right, but basically what it is it is a D&D one shot in a box. You get copyright-free music with it. A fun module every month to about 3-4 hours, sometimes longer depending upon how he's feeling. There's homebrew items, classes, and different things now being added to those boxes. It comes with snacks. We have this Japanese gum that I'll be trying today. And it comes with dice. So it comes with a set of metal dice and plastic. I don't know if I have. I do. So came with these purple ones, a little shine on there, and then it came with these heavy metal ones that are heavy.
Those look nice.
Heavy metal.
Heavy metal.
Worth the price of the box alone for a full set of metal dice every month.
That's how I feel. And also, if you guys are interested and want to get a box, it's in our link tree, but there's also a code this month for a discount. The code is Beards Are Cool. You'll get 15% off of your first box.
Wow.
Oh, what's the title of this month's one shot, or do they have titles?
I can tell you actually if I open the email.
Is that code Beards ARE or Beards R? Cool.
ARE.
Okay.
Yeah,
The specification.
we're getting hooked on phonics style. No, I'm just kidding.
Beers are cool.
Beards are. We're getting ready for a one shot. Whispers of the Dune is the one shot this month.
Ooh.
And the subclass is the archaeologist.
Ooh, you could be Indiana Jones.
Boom, or Lara Croft, whichever one you think's cool.
Whip.
The last thing I want to talk about is this still going, or are we donezo now?
It is soft over. So the charity drive is soft over. It's going to remain, basically all the rewards are basically removed, but it's going to be soft open because there's a couple of last minute like social media based donations, and those won't be coming. But so I know I and a couple other ones were donating all our social media stuff. I just took the money out that I assumed I would make. Whatever corrections to that adding onto it, I'm going to add later, but it won't get dropped till later in the month. And there's also like 1 or 2 makeup events that is going to happen. One of which has like Don Marshall of Lord of the Rings like Casual Facts fame. He and his wife or partner are going to be doing some kind of like Road Warrior-esque head-to-head D&D game, and that's going to be happening, I think, next weekend potentially. So there's going to be some donations maybe coming in from that, but where we're at right now is $25,536 for like the actual end of the
Holy
campaign.
crap.
Yeah, it was sick. It was a great time. We did a lot for charity, and I'm very, very stoked for what we did. We're talking about maybe doing this again next year, giving some time to rest before we do it again. There was one person who was like, "Oh, let's do this every month." And I was like, "No, thank you, please no." So much work on my end.
The good news is, I don't doubt it was a lot of work for you, but the good news is that 25,000 is going to be able to help a lot of people.
Oh yeah, so very excited about that.
Yeah. 25.5. Over halfway to 26K. That's crazy.
Isn't that the same amount that Critical Role donated?
Yeah, they did two separate donations of $25,000. We matched one.
Hell yeah!
Go Arsh.
Fuck
Go
you.
on.
That's still a huge achievement.
So a bunch of TikTok
Okay.
streamers beat out one of Critical Role's donations.
Just one.
Yeah.
That's kind of
Right.
sad.
They're a
Awesome at the
multi-million-dollar
same time.
company.
It's
We're a bunch of randos, and we managed
exactly.
to knock it
You
up the
know
park.
what?
So.
Win's a win.
Take
Win
that,
is a win.
W is a
Ray.
W.
We get our
Alrighty.
name on the board.
All right, we're gonna go to an intro because this episode is just hang on to your seats, kids. This is gonna be a lot. Not good.
It's gonna be a lot for
No.
all of us.
Yeah, let's just go to break.
Oh,
Let's just hit the intro.
intro.
It's gonna. I don't know if any.
Oh, I'm not ready.
You should be.
I'm Okay, so a lot of stuff going to be happening. We have 3 separate parties traveling across different parts of the land. Some people going to the Void to head towards the Great Empire, and also staying in the Republic, going to a Goblin Cave. Why are you
Count 'em.
not being my friend? Here you are.
Do us a roll
Trace
for who
it.
goes
So-
first.
So, yeah, we're gonna quickly talk about last session because one of our players sadly wasn't here. The party kind of discussing what's going to be going down with, their overall plans. Everyone has ideas they want to do. It was very complicated to see all of the tasks being done if the party headed in one big group. So they decided to split off to conquer a bunch of tasks. Kailu bringing cars to the Void to experience the Void and talk with Ferrer. You have Jimathorn taking Raven to the Great Empire and
Great
showing
idea.
him where the entrance would be. And you have Rubio, Eldarian, and Onyx going to the Goblins to try to recruit a new ally.
The
At the
goblin.
end of the last session, everybody kind of made their way out of the capital, and Kars and Kailu walked to a tree and teleported to the Void with her druid powers. The 5 of you still kind of stand outside the walls, figuring out how you're going to get there. Because last session, Onyx was denying putting a carriage on his griffin for Eldarian, so you kind of have to discuss how you're getting there. Because the overall plan of flying would be a lot easier because all you're doing is heading west to a marked spot on Rubio's map, and the travel down south through Andor. What are you guys going to do as you all stand outside the walls?
Me and Jim Jam just took off.
You
He's
are
got the
going on
broom.
foot.
Yeah, he's got the broom, and I've got the hippogriff.
Okay, cool. So you guys hit to the air right away. Raven's introduced to, Jim Jam's on the broom?
Yes.
Or Jimathorn? I can't call you that. So you notice right away this broomstick is very slow. You're seeing Raven on his hippogriff get up, and he's gone.
What's the
Probably the speed of the hippogriff is 45 feet.
speed of the hippogriff? 60 feet.
60 feet?
Yep.
Okay, so it's 60 feet. The magical broomstick, because it's Baba Yaga's and it's not designed for flying. Fun fact. It is 25 feet. So you're going slowly behind him. So you got Raven as you kind of peer your head back. You're seeing Jim Jam, as you would know him as, just riding on a broomstick, heavily slower than you. How tall are you again? You're
Me?
6 foot. No, Jim Jam or
Okay.
Jimathorn.
Like 6 or 7 feet tall, somewhere in that range.
We'll say like
All
a
peace.
Same height.
6 foot
We're
10.
both same height, 6'8".
Okay, so you see a 6'8" glowing gem dragonborn on a tiny little broomstick going super slow as you green dragonborn are flying on a hippogriff. Not looking absurd, but not looking normal, because you're still way bigger than the average person who would ride a hippogriff.
Hey, Jim Jam. We should
Yeah?
probably walk.
Well, I mean, I gotta, if you're, if you want, I thought it was kind of cool, but I guess we can get
No, I
back
mean,
down
we
the
can
ground
keep
if you want.
going. I could just fly ahead and wait for you to catch up. Fly ahead, wait for you to catch up. Fly ahead, wait for
Well-
you to catch up. Fly ahead, wait for you to catch up.
Can your wing boy, can it run? Because my Drake can run.
Yeah, he can. Yes, he can run as I check the monster manual.
I got movement speed about 40 feet.
I don't know that number. Same. Hippogriffs also have 40 feet. Yeah, so we could. Okay, we'll just ride them like horses.
So as the two of you are kind of flying in the sky, I'd say Eldarian, Onyx, and Rubio, you guys can vividly see this. You see a Raven take off, and then Jimathorn kind of hover a bit, and then hover a little more, and just slowly start to take off, chasing after him. They both land and just start walking, or riding their mounts.
Monks are slower.
As the three of you see them take off,
Jesus.
how do you make your way to the Goblin Cave, just south of Stillwater?
Alright, you guys
have-
still got that carriage, and it was a hippogriff that was attached to it.
Hey,
Yeah, you guys still got that knocking about.
I believe it's nearby, but I have to drop off one thing to show the queen I'm not a complete shite,
Okay.
and then I'm good.
Where
Also-
might I find that carriage? I'm gonna go collect it.
Where the fuck do we put it?
I can. I should just be
Right
outside
outside.
the tavern.
Okay, good.
Where?
You said
I knew it was nearby.
you said happy wife, happy life last week, and you tried to do it with Queen. I came up with happy throne, happy home.
That's a good one.
I like that. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll just load in the carriage. I'll fly. We'll all fly to the castle and then start making our way. I'm
Alright.
on my griffin,
So you
which
guys
I
make
will
your
say
way-
is better than Hippogriff because it's got 80 flying speed.
Oh.
Boom. Faster.
Wow.
That's it.
So
Yeah.
as you make your way, you see Rubio hop out of the carriage and make his way back to the throne room where Terry would most likely be. What do the two of you do? Do you just wait for him to quickly come back out, or are you
Yeah.
going to be doing?
Yeah. Rock, paper, scissors. No, rock, paper, scissors.
How long do you think he'll be? Want to get a drink real quick? I'm sure this flight's going to be long.
No, I don't want to drink. Do you
You
know
don't?
how this griffin flies? It's left, right, barrel rolls. I'm not throwing
Ah.
up on the flight.
It's a straight line. Why would you do barrel rolls?
I like a little excitement in my life.
Okay, we'll just wait then.
Just wait.
Rubio, you make your way into the throne room. You, knowing this throne room well, you are introduced to every single seat that would have been on the right side completely smashed to pieces. The piano that sits kind of left of the throne completely obliterated. Your throne is on fire, and Terry is holding
no.
a hammer, hyperventilating. What do you do?
I deactivate my shadow armor. I put down everything I have in my hands, apart from a sack, which I tie to my belt to not make it like the main part of why I'm coming there. I'll walk like 20 feet towards her until I see her eyes flare, and then I'll stop and raise my hands like I'm in front of a T-Rex, and I just don't move.
What are you doing back?
I said, I come in peace. I have something for the kingdom. I'm still the king you chose. And I want to do that job. I'm not just some willy-nilly adventurer that ruins his family lives. And I want to prove that with a tiny step forward in this long journey we call a marriage.
See, I think you're just full of tomfoolery. I don't take your words seriously after what you've done and what you have made our child into. He's at the tailor's right now, and every time they fucking measure him, he grows. I've been
Laughing out
having
of game.
So, give me that sack and get going. Who knows when Zafira will attack next?
Didn't realize she noticed the sack, so I'll pull it out and I'll say, this is 24,000 gold pieces. I've done the research of what upgrades the city needs in order to survive and house a bigger following. There's much to be done, and this is the first bit. I genuinely promise everything and anything I've done is for the betterment of our family, the kingdom, and nothing for myself. I'm not a greedy man. I just get the job done. And I'll put the sack in front of me on the floor and I say, I'm also a smart man, and I'm not going to hand this to you. But all I'm going to say is I've got a job to do, and I'm going to give you space. But just know that I love you and the young lad, James, with all my heart. And that much, I can promise you, is the truth.
She just stands there staring at you, holding on to the kind of fire axe she has in her hand with the mallet on the other side. And she's just kind of looking at the goal and looks at you and says not a word.
With my hands still raised, I'll back up towards my gear that I took off and say, believe what you must, but I will get the job done. Whether that means I stay king in this place, or you decide otherwise. But take your time to think about that while I get the business done. And take care of James. And I'll pick my stuff up, I'll activate my shadow armor, and I'll leave without a second thought.
The second your back is turned, to the left of you, the axe that she's holding hits the door. And if your head turns back, she kind of like tilts her head. Come home in one piece, for if anyone's going to fucking kill you, that's not going to be me. I'm too tired. Go!
My head won't even turn. Like I am perma shell shock from hell. A little axe hitting the door is not gonna bother Rubio at all. He's just gonna walk out the door and be like, he'll say to himself, she'll get over it. I'll head to the dungeon real quick prior to walking out, and I'm gonna check who's actually in there and see if we have any goblins present. This is my last thing, and I'm out.
Yep, the second you get downstairs and you get access, Benjamin opens the door. The entire time you're in the presence of Benjamin, he is nonstop talking. And you go downstairs to realize there's no one else down here.
It's empty, hey?
It's empty. It just filled with enough equipment, enough armor, enough swords, and enough bows to probably enforce an army of 100,000 soldiers.
We don't have any prisoners, okay.
Primary.
Yeah, Rubio's gonna walk in, grab a torch, be like, hey, Benjamin. He's gonna walk down, look with the torch, see it's empty. Goodbye, Benjamin, and hang up the torch again and leave. Like a 10-second interaction.
Let me know what you think about the idea of the stars actually being people in the sky, okay? When you come back, let me know what you think as you're walking out of the building.
I'm gonna say over my shoulder, write it down. I've got too many things to think about.
Yeah, okay. And he makes his way over to his desk where you see probably a pile of 1,000 pieces of paper, probably from people asking him to do the same thing.
We'll have to go through that pile. It's gotta be at least one good idea. I'll head straight back to my group. That's all I needed to do.
As you hop in and deeds are done, do the three of you take off, or is there anything else you guys...
I almost forgot. Here's something for you. I gave you a potion of supreme healing. Potion of healing supreme. And I will give you where'd they go? 2 graders.
The Eldarian, right?
Who? To Eldarian.
Okay, well, you already gave me a bunch. I'm set for potions.
I don't need heals. I am the heal.
All Oh, yeah.
So one supreme and 2 greater.
Nice. Yeah, Ruby will come back to the cart where the other two are sitting. You say, "Well, the wife still hates me, but what else is new? Let's go get ourselves some goblins."
You know, it's funny that all this turmoil happened because you beat everybody else in a battle.
Hey, it's a curse and a blessing to be this powerful. Mainly a curse.
Right.
But it's fun.
yeah.
Oops, wrong character.
I'd be lying if I didn't say I enjoyed it all.
What do you mean, Eldarian?
I just put all my items in Nodwick.
Voices. They're back. Oh, God.
What? I don't even want to know. Just let's go.
Onward.
I'll hop in the
Hippogriff
back and just
takes
slump.
off as its wings stretch out, or the griffin takes off as its wings stretch out and starts to flap, allowing you guys to overpass the wall and reach up into the sky as you head east towards the location that you were told where the goblin cave entrance would be. Realizing no matter how far or how fast you guys are going, it's going to be about a 2 to 4 hour journey, depending on how high you go in altitude. But as you guys are flying there, we travel back in time to Raven and Jim Jam as you guys finally land. Not land, but you guys are probably walking now for about an hour. Stories most likely have been spewing out of both your mouths about your life in the Great Empire, Jimathorn, and Raven's life as a commander. How you guys are comparing it and your similarities to the Andor army compared to the Great Empire army might be a conversation or just history. As you guys finally get to the border where Raven, the last time you had seen this border, it was complete darkness across the entire grass, dead trees and bushes that looked like pine needles. And now it is filled with greenery, life in the trees, blossoming and being thicker and more massive than the dead versions of themselves.
Oh, it's so bright.
Yeah, so this was, I don't know if would I have come through here before on my way there, or
Ooh. Wait,
would I be able to clock a difference in this?
roll me insight. Let the dice decide.
Insight, you say?
Yeah.
It's a natural 11 plus 9, so dirty 20. A filthy,
okay.
You get
naughty
plus
20. Yeah.
That's crazy. So yeah, you noticed right away that when you passed through here, this was all dark. This was just like pure dead land. And when you walked through, you were fighting these shadow creatures that would just come out of nowhere and try to suck the soul out of you.
Well, I'll be damned. The last time I was here, there's a bunch of creatures trying to suck the soul out of me, if you get my drift.
That sounds like so much fun. That sounds so much better than what we're doing right now.
You know, it was less fun. It was less fun than you think it was. But yeah, I wonder what happened over here. This is improvement, if you ask me. But
I tend to do my best work in battle, so I'm not too shy of. I did a couple stealthy missions, but mostly I like to get up close and personal with things and make them bleed profusely. Oh, nope, he wouldn't know that word. Bleed a lot.
all right, you know that sounds. You know what? Good for you. That's great.
A little bit of
I'm more of
Austin
a-
intelligence slipped in.
A little bit more of a talker, a little bit more of a ranged person. You know, I like to see people, drop from a distance. You catch my drift.
Yeah, no, I do. I knew a couple people back in the crew that did that. I just I feel like it's less personal from a distance.
Yeah, that's kind of why I like it.
Oh, okay.
It's nothing personal, just business. You know what it is.
Yeah, no, yeah, I know, I know how it is. I just like to, that may be bad people, but if I get up close and personal, at least I can remember the faces and maybe show them some sort of honor down the road.
Can you both roll me? My God, my brain just decided to shut off. Can you both roll me perception?
Would a passive of 24 cover
Yeah,
it?
that would be fine. I'll wait for Raven.
Do I have?
Jesus
Oh, I get.
Christ.
Hold on. I get positives for perception.
Persuasion.
I rolled an 11, so a 12. What up?
12? Yeah, so you noticed it more. You don't notice what Jimathorn notices, but I'll kind of explain it. Jimathorn, because you're standing on this border, you're now seeing hundreds, if not thousands, of just citizens all dressed in white cloaks walking in, and they look beaten. Some of them have like missing limbs, missing fingers, ears. You can smell the filth coming off of them. They haven't showered or had a bath longer than Raven. And Raven, you notice Jimathorn or Jim Jam looking off away from you as you guys are having a conversation. That most likely would have piqued your interest to look aside, and you see the same thing.
It's a lot of people.
He's peering off. He's like, oh, I wonder what he's thinking about. Hey, look, a bird.
There's a lot of people over there, and
where?
I point. It's like I can smell. They don't. I can smell the blood on the wind. Something's hinky here. Wearing white robes, but they seem to be traveling hard the last couple of days.
You think they're trouble?
Do I think they're trouble?
What's your passive insight?
Would be like a 19.
Oh no, you think there's something deeper. Like they're not trouble, but they might be in trouble.
I don't know if they're trouble, but they certainly need some help.
Well, I mean, I can go talk to them if you would like.
You know what? Maybe I'll lead this one. You follow up, you watch the back. I'm a bit of a raconteur. I'm a bit of a storyteller. I like to jibber jabber. And I feel like you're more of a strong, silent type that likes to intimidate. I feel like we should use that.
There were words there that you have used that I don't quite get. So why
all
don't
of them
you
are positive.
take the lead on this one, and then I'll just watch our sixth.
You know what? You say you don't know those words, but that's exactly what I just said. As I start to on my Drake start to amble down.
That's right.
So Ryan, you get a golden star. You were the first in 49 episodes to actually talk Raven out of talking to somebody. You get a golden star as you travel towards these thousands of people. Some of them now noticing two big dragonborns, one riding a drake, but one riding a hippogriff, marching towards them. So some of them are peering off towards you. As we travel over to Kailu and Cars, as they open up a different tree within the center of the void and walk through.
Oh, he is the first one, and everybody else just kind of lets it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's really funny.
There we go. The two of you teleport out of a random tree in the center of a forest. Cars, you probably never had been here, and as you're looking around, these trees are probably 10 times the size of any tree you've ever seen, if you're comparing to simple trees in the Republic, Zaskia, or even Eden's Garden, not mentioning the World Tree, but they are coming close to the size of the World Trees, just tons of them scattered across this forest. Massive overview, and the smell of fresh pine just punching you in the nose as you two walk out of this glowing portal from a tree, just exiting out. The branches and the bark just closes itself up. And what do the two of you do?
Well, I'm gonna get my bearings because I have a feeling I know where I'm at in regards to where we've popped out at. I'm pretty sure I know which tree we came out of, but I would like to get my bearings just in case. So I'm gonna give a quick look around.
Roll me survival.
Ooh, that's fun. Okay. I'm using digital dice tonight. Oh, that was not good. So that was a 9.
You are lost. This
All
forest
right.
is massive. It takes up an eighth of Andor. Card.
Kailu is going to say absolutely nothing about the fact that she doesn't actually know where they're at.
Okay.
Cars, what do you do when you walk out?
Well, I was told to be pretty and say nothing and do nothing to dissuade. So, Cars will do that. However, out of curiosity, you looking around, Logan, Kailu looking around, how out of place, how much do you put on that you're lost? Out of curiosity.
You said you wanted to keep it a secret. If you do want to keep it a secret, you can roll me deception.
Oh, I do so love rolling
So good.
dice.
So good.
Before I do that, I do want to. I'm very quickly going to double. Yeah. I totally had that spell. Okay. I thought so. Roll deception. You said.
I did.
I have a feeling this is not going to go well, but it could be fun. Who's to say? That's a 10 from me.
Okay, so no, Cars knows. He is a passive insight of,
Yeah.
I believe, 20.
Yeah, and if you had me roll, I rolled a 31.
Oh,
okay.
yeah, okay.
You're good.
I'm not good at
all
talking,
maybe
but I
roll.
can
Fine.
see people.
I can see things. I can see
things. So do I know that like Kailu's very clearly out of place and lost? Then is that
Yeah,
fair
no,
to say?
Yeah, no, the furrowed brow. She's kind of just looking around. She's like,
I wouldn't say.
where's
you
the
think
sun
she's
coming
lost,
from?
But she doesn't know exactly which direction to head.
Okay, sure. So well, yeah, what happens? Go for it.
Well, realizing that I actually don't know where the hell I am right now, I'm going to use 3 charges of my staff, and I'm going to cast Speak with Plans, and I'm going to touch Tree.
Okay.
Hold on, I'm reading this. I've never actually done this before.
Cars put it in his mouth then.
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna.
As you're doing that, like all you hear behind you is like the soft gruff of like a. So never mind. As you like touch a tree and clearly doing something like focused.
Druidy.
Yeah, druidy.
Right. Just like, hello, you're looking very, very strong today. Very tall, very green. Would you happen to know exactly where I'm at?
You're in the forest of the void.
How far away am I from the entrance of the void?
An hour's travel.
Which direction?
South.
Oh, fantastic. Thank you so much. Again, you're looking lovely, you and those wonderful roots and your knotted bark. Thank you. And then she's oh god, how long does this last actually, now that I'm thinking about it? I don't see anything that says how long. 10 minutes. All right. So he's gonna be talking for a good 10 minutes. I have no more questions for him. So he's just gonna be vibing.
Okay.
So I'm gonna turn to Cars and be like, south is where we're supposed to be heading. About an hour. If hopefully nothing else gets in our path.
You got my dagger if you need it. But aside from that, I was told to follow, and I'll do that.
All right, off they go. She's gonna start walking south.
And as you're heading south for about an hour, Cars, with your passive investigations, instantly you realize, you feel it. Someone's watching you. There is something that's following you deep in the trees, managing not to be seen, but the piercing eyes are like kind of catching from the back of your head.
Okay. Cars is taking what he was told by Kailu very literally. He will take a note and focus on like directionally where this is coming from and like where these eyes are piercing from.
Okay.
Kailu might notice that Cars is like not quietly doing it or like trying to hide it. He's very close behind you. Like when your left foot picks up, his right foot takes that spot. Like he's very awkwardly close. But yeah, he doesn't say anything about us being, watched per se. Just seems a little bit closer to you than normal. Like I guess that would be the only.
She'd probably go about 15 minutes of this before she like stops and like turns around. Are you okay? You seem a little unsettled.
Well, just trying to follow. I don't want you to. Yeah, following.
That's a non-answer, but I'll let you do whatever you're doing, I suppose. And getting absolutely nowhere.
Is it bothering you? I'm sorry. Wait. I just want to clarify. Is it bothering you?
No. I am fine. You just seem bothered, and I don't want you to be bothered. I don't know what would be bothering you. I assume you're not as comfortable around nature as I may be, but you seem bothered.
Well, nature more or less is where I'm most comfortable. But I've alluded to it before. I used to be a hunter. I live in the forests. I'm comfortable here. It's not that.
Well, if it's not the trees and the plants and the little critters running around, then what is it? What's bothering you?
Have you?
Brad, is the eyes like that feeling still there?
It's been there. It's gotten worse.
Okay.
You don't notice, do you?
As soon as he says that, I need you to roll me investigations.
Let's see if they do.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Let's see how high I roll on this one. 13, the highest I've rolled so far.
The second he says that, you take a gander around, and right away you see a centaur. And the second you two make eye contact, it dashes towards you, going full speed. And the closer it gets, the louder you hear him screaming, "Kailu! Kailu!" as he's going right at you.
Okay, that's alarming. Oh goodness. Okay, well, since he's coming at me screaming his name in good faith, Kailu's probably going to take like a couple steps back and be like, "Oh God," but isn't going to like outright be aggressive.
Yeah, Cars, when you like blatantly look, kind of that you just hear like a before the centaur even makes a noise, and like steps not in front of you, but like to the side of you, and like his both not his daggers are out, his hands are up, like preparing to like take on some type of maybe a tackle. He doesn't know the intent of this creature.
So, as you two get into your stances, he gets right up to you, and probably 10 to 15 feet away, he decides to drop down on his side and slide right up to your feet. "Kailu, do you remember me?"
I don't know, DM. Do I remember him?
You can roll history with advantage.
Ooh, with advantage. My favorite way to roll things. Okay. I'm gonna do the thing. Hold on. Click, and then click, and roll. There we go. Alright, nice. With advantage, that's a 25.
Yeah, you remember him. So when Eldar had landed when he was taking you and Rubio to the Republic to deal with matters with Terry, him and Eldar and Rubio both walked away as they left you in the Hippogriff. That's how you managed to walk up to a tree, study it, and you met a centaur named Mater. And this is him. You had a good probably 10 to 15 minute conversation before he left.
Hold on, I'm typing real quick notes. You said he's a centaur?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. Okay. Well, recognizing him now, Kailu's going to get very excited and immediately run up to him and, like, if he's, like, eye level with her...
Yeah.
Kind of. If he's close enough, she's just gonna grab at his face and be like, "Oh, hello, friend. It's been such a... not a long time, but long enough. How have you been?"
I've been good. And is this Cars Laville?
Yes, this is my good friend Cars. He's accompanied me through the void.
He's the main one you're talking about.
Wait, what?
I'm joking. Jesus Christ, let's take everything so seriously.
Well, if you remember correctly, I said he was rough around the edges. I didn't exactly say he was mean.
No, you said no, nothing like that. I like the tough words. Me and Ferrer have a weird sense of humor.
Okay. Good to know. How have you been? Where are you heading? Do you just so happen to be heading to the void?
He then gets up and reaches down and he picks up a bag, and you see the bag is just filled with berries. You can't grow these in the void, so I go out here to get them. I'm going back. If you're heading that direction, I can take you as far as the entrance.
Oh, that would be fantastic. Yes, please. What a serendipitous opportunity for this.
And he then bows to allow both you to hop on his back.
All right, well, I'm down. That sounds like a great plan. Kylo climbs on up. No questions asked.
So he then starts to dash, and this is where we travel back to Eldarian, Onyx, and Rubio as they slowly start to land with their griffin and carriage outside of a small little thing.
Oops.
You're a small little thing.
You're a small little thing.
Got him. Accidentally just
Every
closed the map.
time.
We got him.
Boys, we got him.
So as the three of you land and dismount out of the carriage, you kind of walk towards what seems to be a giant crater in the ground, and two torches being lit that are very fresh. Like they haven't been burning for a while. Somebody just lit these as the night sky starts to shade over.
From those torches, does it look like the footsteps went away from the hole or towards the hole for
Both.
whoever placed it?
There is tons, and this doesn't even need a check. There are tons and tons and tons of foot track, tiny, tiny little feet, like children's feet, going in and out of this little cave.
Okay.
I would
Sorry.
I would bet that this is where we need to be.
Agreed. Guardian, I think we found the right hole. Goblins and their holes.
That's what she said.
Paladin, I knew it.
Down the right hole.
Oh, alright. So, what exactly is the plan here? We just gonna barge in and introduce ourselves, kill the guy in charge, and take over? What are we doing?
I planned on having a bit of a parlay with the green buggers. I think King Arthur was a visionary of combining the race and creating peace in this continent, and I think he was onto something with the goblins. This wasn't just randomly inspired. I'm doing this because Arthur and Mergehead are onto something. So I'm gonna go down there. I have an offer for them, but I'm gonna ask them what their previous offer was, because if they were willing to negotiate with Arthur, I think we have a chance.
Well, lead the way.
He'll take out his staff and his rapier and say, "Worst case scenario, we kill them all. Let's go."
Sorry. I got me. You got me and the griffin. Is this hole big enough for my griffin to fit in?
I'd imagine.
I'd say so. It's a fairly massive crater.
He's
It
calling,
gets
but-
more and more narrow as we go deeper, so there is a possibility he'll get stuck, but I'll never say no if you want to bring him.
He's coming.
Yeah. I'll grab
Oh,
one of them
Lord.
torches too.
Here, I'll make you a token for him real quick.
I can just throw Griffin down, no worries.
Oh, you got one?
No, I got Tom.
How like this hole? Is there like a gradual slope to get in, or is it more of a straight drop? Like is it more like an anthill kind of vibe where it goes in and out, like you
I
could
need you to
walk?
make one for me. I do not have one. I have Griffin. It is more of I mean,
It's like a
you can only
natural hole?
see about 60 feet down within it, even with dark vision, and it
Oh.
looks like it just gradually goes down. Like you can walk down it like a little slope.
I'm gonna take one torch in hand, go up to the lip. I'm gonna actually grab the other torch, and I'm just gonna yeet it down into the hole.
It just goes down like a nice, decent slope, and eventually it vanishes. Probably, most likely, because it's just so deep within it, or there's a puddle it could have landed on.
I'm gonna listen just briefly and make sure that didn't stir up any trouble or anything. That was kind of half the reason I was yucking it down there.
Roll me investigations, and if any of you are trying to hear as well, as you can tell, that's kind of what Rubio's doing. Feel free.
With advantage, baby.
Well, I suck at
I'll take
investigating.
the 23.
Oh Jesus!
Good for you guys. I am very good at it.
No sounds besides just driplets of water, deeper and deeper, like very, 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 very faintly. You can hear drums.
Oh, okay. I'll pick up this little pitter patter and say, "Oh, the earth has a heartbeat. I hear drums. I think this is the correct hole, but judging on the torch getting thrown down there, I don't think there's any immediate danger with a heartbeat. But keep on the lookout for traps.
I
Sneaky
have
bastards."
I have a what's it called? Drift globe. I have a source of light that won't extinguish if
Oh.
we need that.
Well, you keep that on your person. I'll just use this torch for a second and I wave it around. Well, let's get going. I'm gonna start
Alright.
walking ahead of everyone else and just head on down the hole.
I'm right behind them.
I can't control my character.
Yikes.
You know what? That's going to be a forever thing. You and Logan swap places, all right? It's all good. When it matters to move, I'll get it there. Don't you worry.
Are you just
Alright.
hazing, are you hazing the new people, Brad? Is this
I'm
your
not trying.
Is this what it is?
I've tried every method I could to change it. It roll 20
just
every time it
fucking with
updates.
you.
One of you guys don't get access. That's just the new thing. So as you guys travel down, you're probably walking for about 5 minutes. The drift globe lighting up the room. You can see it's very, very bright. The floor itself is very dark mud. So even with a drift globe, it does look dark. The only thing that makes it noticeable to be a ground, or maybe the rocks that the light's reflecting off of. But eventually, the slope gets a little more intense, and I do need you guys to roll me a dexterity saving throw with disadvantage as it becomes rough terrain. Onyx, you are accepted from this.
Alright, no.
You just do a you don't need to do a saving throw at all.
Well, you guys get, I think it's +5 now.
Is it a +5?
It's class features
Awesome. With the whatever, I get like a 9.
+5 to all
Yeah.
saving throws.
That's with the buff.
That is a 19 with his bonuses.
Okay, so both of you fail.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So, Onyx, you see them start sliding.
Oh
As
shit.
the rough terrain kind of becomes a little tough, it becomes gravel, very loose gravel as they start to slide, and then the slope just becomes very smooth as they start to accelerate down the tunnel.
Can I have my griffin fly ahead? 'Cause he's very fast, and just grab him and just hold their collars. Like grab
Can you
them by their
talk to him?
collars.
Roll me.
I communicate with him telepathically,
Oh,
up to a mile away.
Roll me. Let's just do dexterity then. Roll
You
me a
want the
dexterity throw.
Griffin's
But yes,
dex?
I do.
Yeah.
I know it's pretty
Distance.
gross, but
Oh, you guys are going in. That was a 6.
yeah, you see the griffin go above you guys and try to grab you, but then just stop, and you guys continue to slide down. It goes for about maybe
Nice.
20 seconds until you get to the bottom, and it's like a slide. It just slopes down.
I get down on my ass and slide after them. Fuck it. We're going in, boys. Yeehaw. Alright, I sent you the token, Brad, too.
I see it.
Yeah. Yeah,
The
bird.
three of you
Very
enter
nice.
into this cave. You could tell that the very far side of this tunnel, as you're on just flat ground, is well lit with torches. Onyx, I apologize. Just give me a second.
you
And-
put 2
Tell me.
Onyxes. You mean Rubio, sir?
Oh, I put 2 onyxes.
Dose.
Onyx is double now. So you guys get to the end of the tunnel. The whole tunnel is just massively filled with just bouldering rocks going around a kind of a circular tunnel leading to the very end where there's 2 giant wooden doors, and through the cracks of the wood you can tell that there's some sort of fire coming from it as the yellow kind of light is illuminating the cave so you guys can see without the drift globe, and the sounds of drums are gotten a lot louder, but also the sounds of very, very young people singing come from behind that door, and the smell of burning flesh
There's a
pierces your
door?
nose.
Door at the
2
end of
massive
this?
doors at the very ends of this, yes.
How big?
I'd say they're about 20 feet tall each and 20 feet wide, so about 80 feet, give or take.
Hey, Rubio.
Hey,
I don't think a goblin could open that door. Maybe like 100 of them, if
Well,
maybe.
we do know there's a hobgoblin that is in charge of them.
that's what I was gonna say.
I'll probably have to beat him up. Beat him up real good.
Well, now that you two have been to hell, you understand what I mean when I say smells like home, gentlemen.
I just
Those are
smell a
any
bunch
questions.
of
What?
grease for my armor.
You-
A lot of armor on.
You're telling me that you like this smell?
Eh, when you're in a bad situation, all you can do is accept it. So I grew a very wee fondness of hell, if you know what I mean. Kind of like
Wait-
cabin fever.
We're gonna have to take you to a meadow so that you can smell really good smelling things, and then you will never like this again.
You know what a lavender plant is?
A lavender plant?
Yes.
No clue.
You know.
I grew up with fiery brimstone, not flowers.
You need a to teach you about plants. Specifically lavender.
I hear Kairu's quite infatuated with them. Maybe we'll have a nature walk, as they say. Enough about flowers. I believe we have some goblins to chit chat with.
What's Rubio's persuasion?
Half decent. Let me see. Let's see. Persuasion. I got like a +6. It's my charisma feat, so it's like it's my strongest shit.
That's it.
I have
Wow.
a +8.
I'm going more
+10.
intimidation as well. I got +10 intimidation.
+10.
I have
It's
a
okay.
+8 intimidation and a +8 deception.
See, we're the perfect people to go into this.
+10 performance and +10 persuasion. We're perfect for this job.
Oh, okay. Lead the way, King.
After you,
I'll do a
Manish.
little bow. Oh, they're too kind. And I'll head towards the door, but I'll keep a mindful eye and make sure there's no traps or pressure plates or
No.
sneakiness.
You could roll, but from the light and from the drift globe light, and you could visibly tell that this is a plain room. There wouldn't be any traps, but by looking around a lot, you're seeing shadows coming from the very top of these rocks. And if any of you were to look up, you're seeing goblins holding on to the rocks just way above you guys, probably 20-30 feet in the air, just looking down on you, watching you as you walk towards the entrance.
Is
Only
the
know
door
that-
like open or ajar or anything like that?
No, as you get up to the door, once again, it's this massive door, and there are two big handles for anyone of your size, a medium or large creature, to open. And below those doors are tiny doors for small creatures and tiny creatures to enter into as well, with their own little tiny door handles.
I've heard
I
of
like
a
that.
factory made of chocolate, much like this.
Yeah, did you? That's really cool.
I'm
Moving
gonna look back at the lads and say, "What's wrong with knocking?" I'm gonna take the pommel of my rapier and just go boom, boom, boom.
I just had a quick question. Do any of us speak Goblin?
Not at all.
This is- And as the boom, boom, boom hits the door, silence. And then close to, I'd say 100 different tiny footsteps comes charging towards the door. The door sprint open, and that's where we travel to Raven and Jim
Nice.
Jam as they walk up to the villagers, as they see probably a nice elderly man, a young woman, and a broad young lad with a missing right arm,
Hey,
right coming through the border towards the Republic.
Gonna like shoulder my bow, gonna put my hands up. Hey, just ranger in these parts, just a lot of people. Just is everything all right?
No, it's not. I mean, yes, but no.
Well, yes, yes or no, yes and no.
Well, the monsters are gone, so yes. Some fucking crazy druid, I guess, freed us.
Sounds
And-
great.
Well, when the Darklands took over, we were all held captive in our cities, towns, and villages by the Dark Army and the monsters that Severa created.
All right,
For
seems
some
like so far a
reason-
good thing.
Greenery came, and everyone just started running. So we all ran Hundreds and hundreds of us died along the way, but majority of us left. There are still thousands of our people that managed to not get out and got locked back in the cities. I don't know what happened to them.
Where are y'all heading?
Well, I was hoping to go to the Republic and speak with this new king, this King Apophis, and I hope to get his army with Sir Rollo to come and aid us in freeing the rest of the prisoners.
I'll be honest, I don't think he's in, but if from the scant amount of time I spent in the vicinity of him, I think his wife might be the one in charge anyway, and she's in town as far as I know.
Okay.
No, like physically too. Honestly, it doesn't seem healthy. I don't know why it puts up with it, and honestly, I don't know why she puts up with it to a certain degree.
Abused?
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah, it's weird. But you know what? Honestly, I just met him. He could deserve it.
Should I even be going to the Republic for help?
Nah, it's probably go for it.
But you said the wife beats the king and in front of you guys. How the fuck do you see that shit? It must be public as hell.
Yeah, it was actually incredibly public. It was incredibly public. It was in the street, in fact. But you know, how is that deception? She did do
that. I guess. Okay, no, don't roll deception.
She smacked him in the street.
Yeah, I guess. No, she totally did. I had forgotten.
Holy fuck! What a woman!
No, yeah, she'll be a great protector. I feel like. So if y'all, yeah, that's probably a good place. I mean, do I know how far away we are currently?
Half a day's travel.
All right, but y'all are about half a day's travel. I would, if you're losing people, I'd maybe slow down, take a spell. Like, this is pretty verdant right now. I mean, I see there's like a big old berry bush right here. I'm pretty sure it's, non-poisonous. Like, y'all could take a break.
There's a cat we've already taken a break at. Right on the hill leading down towards the lagoon lake. There's a very nice knight. He has made fortress. He looks just like you.
As he points over to a raven.
Big, great red dragonborn has been helping us. He made a refugee.
No, that's very cool.
Oh, fuck, it sounded like some sort of thorn something. Thornfield.
Yeah, that doesn't ring a bell.
But he is down south. So, I mean, yes, it is. It's backwards. But, what? So...
Okay, now that I got the notes finally up.
So, the biggest issue all the villagers and slaves have been getting problems with heading towards the Republic, Eansdod and Zuskia, is the dragons.
What, like, how many? And like actual dragon? Like, I'm gonna point at my steed Drake.
No,
like this, or more like
created dragons. Dragons.
Oh, like a big. Well, are they young? Are they young?
I don't fucking know. I haven't wanted to face it. I ran. I'm old. Well, that's. I don't know. I would recommend talking to Thornfield.
Well, all right. Well, keep on heading this direction. I'm going to use my ranger talent to kind of give them the best way to get back to the Republic. That'll be easiest for them. So, they won't necessarily lose any more people.
Oh, no. So you, Raven, would know several different safe paths, and Jim, you would know as well. So the intuition of following the Raven, and probably the Raven taking it as well, travels them through Calmardia and a safe travel path to the Republic. As you see tons of people now following this Raven, you're seeing probably 2,000 to 3,000 people follow this Raven.
Okay. Wait, is that your dad? You keep on making. Is it actually your dad, or is this like a weird in joke? Oh, well, that's nice. I mean, you get to meet family and everything. I don't even know who my dad is. Oh, I mean, I'm not like sadder. I mean, yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a very common thing. You know, dads go off to war, you know, don't come back. You never really get to meet them. You know, I was thinking about it. I thought you maybe mentioned something before. You know, what would happen if we strung up my broom to your hippogriff and maybe gave me like a little toe? I didn't quite catch that through the guttural blurps coming out of your mouth, but I think that was a... is...
One second. Let me open up something.
Would I know? So the Baba Yaga's broom, it's like kind of like a broom of flying. Do I know if it does anything else?
Broom of you did roll for that last session, I believe.
Yeah, is it just a broom of flying, or has it got
That's
like
all you
extra?
know. That's
Okay.
all you would know, sadly, from your roll. Raven, roll me sleight of hand. Okay, yeah, you managed to do that fucking perfectly. The knot gets tied to the tail of the hippogriff, and as you both get on to test this theory, it's accurate. It's yanking it. You're just basically allowing this broom to levitate, so it's not dragging too much, and it's just the hippogriff pulling the weight of you, which does take your speed down by 5 feet, though.
That ain't bad,
Because the
though.
hippogriff can't take that much weight. Yep. So you dash, and it probably takes you about 45 minutes to get to where they had possibly suggested as taking from the smoke coming up. And both your backgrounds of certain soldiers, you could tell this isn't a fire, like a bad fire smoke. This is a campfire smoke. And you guys land down. There we go. And as you do, you're introduced to the Shadow Riders. And as there are tons of Shadow Riders, you can see villagers dressed in all white getting added. Why is my music being so mean to me? Come on. As you see all the Shadow Riders kind of handing off the villagers and slaves new clothes to wear. There's only so much of them as they don't have a high supply of all this stuff. So what do you do?
Well, I figured. Yep.
Yeah, that was me. Don't worry about it. And it should be back on now. As you walk up, you said to the guy with the red armor as what? Oh, Theronfold kind of peeks his head out of one of the tents and looks at you, and you could see him for a minute, just the face of pure adolescent joy. And then you can see that he got hit with some sort of sad realization. And he looks depressed as he starts to walk up to you.
Hello. Who is this?
Jim Thorin Quinalesti, but you can call me Jim the Gem or just Jim.
I won't call you by your name, Jimathorn Cornelesti.
Fine, hey, I'll take it.
What do you talking about? Dragons? Who told you this? How many made it?
Thousands, right? Like thousands? I mean, it was hundreds, thousands. It was a good amount.
I wonder how they're doing then.
As you see, he gets puzzled by a thought. You can tell he's happy, but there's something he's not telling you guys.
It seems like there's something you're not telling us.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you just state the obvious.
Yeah, we're just acting so
Why are you a gem?
Because look at me.
You're
I'm
extinct.
literally...
It's the fact that they're extinct and they have been for 7 generations.
Well, I guess they ain't.
Okay, Jimathorn, think for a minute. Have you ever seen another gem Dragon Ball?
Have I ever seen another gem dragon?
Roll me history with advantage.
Dan, you're muted on Twitch.
So that
No,
is
not
a
who?
net 16 plus 0, so 16.
16?
Yeah, 16.
Yeah, you've never. Ever.
I mean, I always thought I was just like kind of one of a kind thing, you know.
For someone that is seeming kind of smart, you're just like my son. But regardless, dragons. You really want to take on more dragons.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yeah.
Look over.
Well, you can help me then. We've been managing to take care of one of the 5. Zafira, when I believe it was the lieutenant of the World Tree. No one knows yet, but somebody freed this land of the darkness, and the second we saw it, we decided to travel out. The entire Shadow Army is out here for some reason. Our powers have advanced. I feel stronger than ever since the land's been free, and I don't know why.
Do you know what flavor of dragon we might be perchance walking into?
A blue or a red. You can
Blue
fight
or red?
electric or a fire. They
But you know what?
out.
Let's go blue if you don't mind. And I'm gonna like look at my Drake, knowing that my connection with it gives me assistance to it.
Let's do that. If you can figure out where they are. All we know is there are 5 dragons scattered throughout Andor. We have no fucking idea which ones there are, but we've seen the red and the blue in the general area, wiping out people.
Do we know how old they are?
One seems to be very ancient, and the other seems to be pretty young. Maybe
Which which one's the pretty young one?
the blue.
All right, yeah, I'm getting more and more sold on this blue one as you keep on talking about it. So I think that's a good place to start. You know, you start low and then you get high. You know, take out the young bloods first.
Well, I'm letting you know this. There are hundreds of thousands of people scattered throughout this land, walking and trying to get free. Any battlefield you make will have civilians in it. You have
Well-
to find a way to fight this thing without fighting it on the ground. Or if you do fight it, find an isolated area. There will be no citizens harmed.
I mean, I wasn't planning on harming any citizens. Do you
No,
have a
you
good
are not
place?
You're not gonna harm citizens. A fucking dragon will, and it's Ryder.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, you know, is there a good place that we could set up this prom date?
Prom date.
Yeah, I don't know. He's
not.
he's funny, but it's all good.
Oh, okay. No, I don't know. Travel. Look around. The Lagoon Lake, no one goes near due to the mer people, but you certainly can.
You know, mer
Sirens,
people.
to be exact.
They friendly?
Go find out.
Are you good at
Sounds
tracking,
like,
Jim?
that sounds like a no. You say what?
Are you good at tracking?
Yeah, I'm a little bit of a tracker. You know, I've done my time.
The way your voice went up and down makes me believe that you're not. But
Very, very.
IRL, my survival is not peak. Been around though.
Alright, so. I guess it is getting dark. Do you really want to fight a dragon in pitch black, or do you want to make camp here for the night?
we probably camp here for the night. Head out first thing in the morning.
Also,
Right, well-
quick clarifying question: are y'all gonna help fighting this dragon, or are you just gonna kind of leave
Yeah,
it to
well,
us to?
There's a yellow and a green and a white dragon to deal with. We're needed elsewhere. My place is here, helping making sure people get to a certain place, telling them where to go.
I'm gonna look over at Ray and it's like, I don't know if just like you and me are gonna be able to take out like, and even if it's pretty young, if it's still like an adult, I feel like we can get our knocks, our blocks knocked off. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I feel like we're gonna get our asses kicked.
Oh. No, I don't think so. Well, why don't we sneak up there, judge it from afar, and if it looks to the slightly adult age, maybe we don't do it. I'd at least like to get eyes on it.
All right, I guess that's fair.
Where is Gnaw? You need that little fire, but where's Cause? Where the fuck is the rest of your party?
Alright, so, listen. We had a lot of shit to do in a tiny amount of time, so we kind of went like, whoop, 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 and we got a bunch of people doing different things, and we're just trying to, get it all handled and stuff.
For some reason, it was real important that they killed a bunch of goblins, which I felt like is a lot like grunt work. But
no, he's trying to get the goblins to fight on our side.
What? Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Goblins. Not orcs, right? Goblins.
Right.
Cyclopses, right?
What?
Big one-eyed guys we fought back in Southern.
Shut up. We're gonna go stay to eat. We're gonna get something to eat. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna find a blue dragon in the morning, and if it thinks it's doable, we're gonna kill it. And then we've got to go get to the place we were going. Anyway,
the Empire.
We got to get there, and then we gotta. I'm probably gonna have to apologize because King's a douche, and I called him out on his nonsense. So I'm probably gonna have to, eat my words or let Jim Jam talk. But until then, we're gonna sleep, and then in the morning we're gonna fuck shit up.
He turns his head to Jim Jam and just looks you right in the eyes.
Don't do that alone. If you're from the Great Empire, you know better. Don't go in there just the two of you. If you could fight a dragon, maybe. But if not, really heading to the Great Empire. Purple worm just scattered everywhere. You're just gonna go there alone.
It's gonna be fun.
There's purple worms scattered everywhere? I didn't... Would I know about purple worms in this context?
This would confuse your character. Maybe you would have traveled on main roads, but...
I mean, I traveled quite a bit in the Empire. I don't remember purple worms being that much of an issue. I mean, I guess I didn't.
You can go and find out. But regardless, it's time to nap.
It's time to nap. Time to go nappies, boy.
I'll get my blanket, my teddy bear.
I'm gonna get my blanket. We're gonna go nappies.
I'm gonna go nap.
And he turns and he heads towards his tent, and as he walks towards his tent, he stops, and you can see that there's probably like 9 barrels of ale to the right of his tent. He just reaches out, one hand grabs a full barrel of ale and just heads into his tent.
I'm gonna sneak over there and snatch one for me and Jim Jam.
Perfect. And as you head over there and you get ready to sneak, this is where we travel back to Kailu and Cards, as riding on Mulder for probably a good 45 minutes. You make your way to... Jesus Christ, why is it always just not doing what I want? Ever. I love Roll20. I don't regret leaving Owlbarrow at all. And the two of you make your way to... Oh, come on. Sorry, technical difficulties. My computer loves me so dearly.
Wouldn't be a Beers and Barbarians without it.
Please. I bet you guys can see the screen, but I sure as hell can't. Are you looking at a map with a kind of a circular...
Yes.
Yeah, with some red, some pink, some purple, some blue, and there's a purple circle. Yeah.
As you approach the location, Mulder kind of bows down and lets you off, and he smiles towards you guys.
We'll see you later. I got places to go, things to do, people to see. I'm well known in this part, just like your cars. I'm pretty famous.
And he starts to jot off.
Be safe.
Will do. And as you kind of look at this location that you've been given on your no, and obviously the void, because you come into a bald spot in this forest, there is a giant, massive circle on the ground with rocks, and there are rocks with glowing blue inscriptions, just kind of like glowing. And around them are lavender bushes, just leading all across into a circular faction. From here, what do you do?
Well, first, Kailu's definitely gonna take her book out and make sure that there's a little scribbling of what she's seeing, because this is pretty cool, and it might be pertinent to have drawn out later. And like, it's probably safe enough. Actually, now that I'm considering it, does Kailu get any? Probably won't, but does Kailu get like a safe vibe off of this? Because it looks magical in nature, and magic can sometimes be not ideal.
You feel very at home for some reason. Very, very, very homely. The environment, the trees, the nature, the sounds, the smells, just the environment itself is making you feel like you're at home at the World Tree. And the second you're looking at the giant just circle on the ground made of stones, you're realizing, like, for some reason, you're envisioning the World Tree.
Well, it looks safe enough to me. And she's just gonna give Cars a look before she, like, steps on into the circle.
So, right? What does Cars do as she's walking towards it?
Yeah, he's not gonna stop her. Definitely, like, seems ominous. Sees you walk in and just step in. It's like the and follows along. Like similar to like how you guys were walking through before the centaur came in. Like wherever your last foot was his planting foot to jump in with you.
So, as the two of you approach the circle, suddenly the rocks just start violently shaking. They start to float in the air and then spin around in one big circle, going faster and faster until it's just one giant glowing blue circular line. Then a plasmal sound that makes all of the noises become reductant. They form a beam that shoots into the sky, a light blue energy, and it goes up far past the clouds, piercing the sky itself, creating a portal. Then as a moment passes, all your senses gets filled with vibrations from this portal, and suddenly, Ferrer Everborn walks out of the void, a medium-height human with a rough, messy black hair, sharp eyebrows that hover over his glowing blue eyes. He has a thick nose and a square jawline, wearing a leather vest and fur arm pads with cloth pants and a symbol in the center of his belt that belongs to the druids of the World Tree. And this is where we're going to take a quick break and go to intermission for about 10 minutes and come back to see what Kailu and Cars do.
All right. Quick intermission. 10 minutes, Dagan. You got your timer?
You're muted.
Quick 10 minutes, Dagan. You got your timer? Perfect.
Yep. Yeah.
See you in 10.
Oh my god.
See you in 10.
Are we good?
I'm Austin Harwell, and I play the green dragon-born barbarian known as Raven Hailstrom. He has dark green scales and horns that curl towards his face. He stands around 6 foot 8 inches tall and weighs about 350 pounds, and lives his life by one motto: Nomag Nithrel Kedron Kaburk, which means may death be long and slow in Draconic. I will let him tell you even more. Hey, it's Raven Hailstrom. In case you were wondering. Don't let my massive size fool you. I'm just a big teddy bear. Well, that is until you piss me off. Then, of course, I have to turn you into the finest jams and jellies. You see, I've been a soldier all my life along with my father and his father. But you see, things happen for reasons. Good ones and bad ones. And I had something real bad happen to me, but out of the bad thing came the good thing. I met my buddy Nar, or Backpack, as I call him. Little buddy. The two of us became tighter than chainmail. We've just been exploring the world and taking things one beer and one enemy at a time. Oh yeah. I'm a green dragon. Green dragon born. Alright. Y'all have a good one.
Hi everyone, I'm Dagan DeYoung, and I play Rubio Apophis. The half-elf stands 6'1", and he is well built with good posture. He is bald with a head tattoo in the shape of a 5-point star. He has a long white beard, but he is still a young man. Rubio gained the white hair after all the torture he endured in hell. He dons blood-red robes with 2 books, one on each hip, Rubio uses a black obsidian rapier called the Sword of Souls that can change into a staff of a similar style. He carries more magic items and many spells at his fingertips. After 20 years in Hell, Rubio escaped with the help of the undead ancestors of the Dwarven race. Right when he escaped, Rubio was caught and forced into a pact by the head demon himself, Asmodeus. This pact made Rubio into a warlock, but a large burden came with these hellish gifts. The demon soul of Asmodan was attached to Rubio's own soul, haunting him for eternity, unless he rids of the demon like Asmodeus wants. Rubio traveled for 5 years searching for an answer, with nothing but dead ends and gold wasted. He was a mercenary the whole time, working and completing quests to get by, while he learned to use his new powers. I think I'll let Rubio explain this next part for you.
Rubio Apophis is a name you'll soon remember, for I become part of something much bigger than myself. It involves putting up with a crew of madmen, fighting nightmares equivalent to hell itself, and beating incredible odds. All these things I'm a professional of, so I'm not worried one bit. I've mastered charismatic skills, devilish spells, and gained the infinite wisdom of the legion of ancient dwarves that fucked my voice up. Don't let my charisma fool you. I'll take down anything that gets in my way of finally obtaining peace.
Hey y'all, I'm Joe Gonzo and I play the half-orc rogue Kars Revere. He stands at 6'4", around 250, buff and cut, with pale purple skin, hazel eyes, and blue tribal tattoos from head to toe. Garza shaved sides and a long ponytail with thick black beard adorned with 3 bird skull trinkets, tied to the points of each end of his beard. He wields a few blades, daggers, short swords, but he's a prized family short sword, one that he takes care of, polishes, and it's very much more intricate than the rest of his gear, which one could argue is pretty damaged. Now, his personality is that of a sarcastic Bostonian with family issues. He doesn't take well to insults, nor disloyalty, cowardice, or death of allies. Now, that's mostly due to the fact that his tribe was massacred in the war, or so he believes. Let me give you a little glimpse into Kars. Name's Kars Revere. I come from a long line of half-orc. I'm proud of my tribe. I like beer, woman, hookers, bars, and mixers. Lastly, I'm loyal to my friends. Everything and everyone else, every monster that's not in my party, can kick sticks. My daggers and blades are ready for war. Now I personally work alone. It's how I survived for so long. So don't expect me to be friendly.
Hello, my name is Brandon, and I play Onyx Deepburrow, the Earth Genocide Paladin. Onyx stands 6 feet tall with gold and silver heavy armor, a black obsidian sword, and a great shield with a gemstone in the middle. The armor was given to him by the priests of the orphanage he grew up in, and the shield was given by the sisters. With the armor and shield, he made a promise. He vowed to protect all living creatures made by his gods. His hair is the color of the night sky, and he has 2 white strips going along his head, despite only being 24. His rocky skin resembles that of gray slate with green freckles like moss. He earned the name Deepburrow from his town guard because he once rescued a group of kids that got lost in caves. Many have described him as having a heart of gold. Now, allow Onyx to describe himself. Good afternoon, young masters. My name is Onyx Deepburrow. Do not despair, for I shall protect you from all harm. And do not fear, my guiding light will remove the darkness from around us.
Hey, I'm Logan Field, and I play Kailu Asriel, the half-elf druid. Standing at 5'10", she's about 130 pounds, wispy and elegant, with green eyes and mahogany-colored hair that's usually got a few twigs sticking out of it. She's usually wearing sturdy traveler's clothing in layered browns and greens of all shades to help her better travel through forests. Her most prized possession is a quarterstaff that's got a small bonsai tree at the top that reaches down with gnarled and worn roots, gifted to her through her family's legacy, an ancient group of elven druids dedicated to protecting the World Tree. Or, well, her adoptive family is. Her earliest memories are tainted by a monstrous demon hand tragically ripping her father from her family and tearing apart the only home she knew. Everything after that has been a lifetime of learning and dedication. She can tell you best. Ah, hello. Yes, knowledge is key, I've always thought. It's always easier to fight an enemy you understand, is it not? How best to help protect the World Tree than through learning what dangerous things lie in wait? And while I'm here, I might as well work on my comprehensive bestiary of the continent. For later referencing, of course. If I don't do it, who will? Besides, I've never really been away from home, and traveling is so exciting. Meeting new people, documenting new creatures, finding new plants. I'm excited to see where my adventures take me.
Hi, my name's Alex, and I play Nar Wagglebottom. Nar is tall for a gnome. He stands about 3'7", and he's kind of scrawny looking. He has white spiky hair and a goatee on his face. He wears commoner's clothes and welding goggles at all times to kind of hide his eyes that have now become fiery pits. But yeah, I'm gonna let Nar tell a little bit more about himself. Nar?
Hi. My name's Nar, and I guess all this kind of started when I was drawn into the war. The Dark Soldiers kind of attacked my village, and they kind of beat me up really bad. And when they did, something happened. Some magical explosion killed them all and a lot of other people, and I found out I could use magic, and was kind of terrified and scared, and then I met my friend Raven, and he kind of showed me a place that we could go to help me learn a little bit more and find out what the heck happened to me. I hope I don't hurt anybody else, and the urge to burn things is really strong. I try to resist it, but it's getting worse. Oh boy.
Come on.
Indeed.
And as we come back from the break, Kailu and Kars get introduced with a plasma beam shooting into the sky past the stars, opening up a portal as a man with nice messy hair and a druid outfit walks out that Kailu would recognize from the World Tree. And he kind of just stares at you guys and he says nothing.
Well, hello. Are you perchance Ferrer?
Yes, I am. Hello, nice to meet you. I know you, you're Cause.
Nice.
You're with the big guy that killed my dog.
What dog? Wait.
Tiberius.
You see Car's face go look back and forth between Kailu and this guy.
Kylo's just kind of like, oh no, I wasn't here for that.
I don't know. He's gonna lean over to this other guy.
I've killed a lot of things I don't remember, dog. I don't know if that makes it worse or not.
Well, I forget faces at this point, so I understand. What? I guess you are here to see the void, right?
Yes, I would love to see the void. Oh, but I have a bit of a message or a gift to give you. I don't know that this is the appropriate place, but I do have something that someone else has asked to pass to you.
Well, I mean, you've brought me a Bahir, you've brought me a Medusa, and you've brought me the presence of you and a king of the Zaskia Empire. I mean, like, what more could you give me?
And she just kind of like opens her bag and hesitates a second as she finds the chewed up dog toy. Or not, I guess it's technically not a dog toy, but it's a chewed up toy. And holds it out. Your brother says hello.
He's absolutely frozen this moment, and then he takes it from you and he stares at it. Obviously, like, visibly for you two, he's living a memory. And then just a simple and he walks into the void, leaving the portal wide open.
Kyla's just gonna look at cars and then look back to the void. I guess he wants us to follow.
Yeah. Yep, that's social cues. I picked that up too.
So yeah, Kyla's gonna follow after him.
Yeah, cars will follow you.
As you guys kind of walk into the void, you are just instantly blinded by a bright blue light as you open your eyes. Come on, roll 20! There we go.
Right, just like,
you were introduced to a bright blue light, and as you open your eyes, you were introduced to this magical blue sky. This blue sky is filled with like 1,000 moving stars within it, moving through it like water, leaving behind ripples wherever they go. The sky, but the sky also leads all the way down to below you. But as you look down below your feet, an adult green dragon goes flying from below you to above your head as it rushes past where you're standing, flying off into the distance somewhere to either hang out or do his own thing. You realize that you're standing on an invisible platform, and wherever you move, this platform moves with you. And as you look around this island, there are 3 floating rocks that make up small islands, one with a grand waterfall leading down to the biggest island, but this waterfall is moving in all directions with merfolk swimming up and down the stream. Each island has varieties of monsters, creatures, and beasts. You hear your noses are hit with the sense of fresh air, and the smell of springs fill your senses. From here, Ferrer turns around and he hands you both bracelets. You'll be needing these. Trust me. Put them on.
Kylu immediately puts it on. That's not a question. She also has her book out immediately and is just like half telepathically adding things to the book and also half like physically adding it.
Okay. As you put on the bracelets, your entire body gets shocked from noises and sounds and critter noises just blasting from around you turn into talking. This bracelet gives you not only speak with all creatures, it allows you to speak with monsters and beasts, understanding all the languages. And he smiles. That's a gift, temporary. I want it before you leave. But to enjoy the void, that's what you have to do. But you're here. Okay. And he turns around and he just decides to fly, and the whole atmosphere around him turns into just like a puddle holding onto his chest as he just soars through the air. What do you guys do?
He put the bracelet on too. Not exactly what I thought the void would look like. But nice, I think.
This platform is a little disconcerting, but I must admit I'm a little overwhelmed with how much there is. I knew that there would be a creature of every kind here, but this is quite good for my bestiary.
Kind of missed that debrief. See, I heard the word void and I went, it's gonna be a dark place. It's gonna demons, devils. Yeah, just not exactly what I thought. I guess it's fine. It's fine. I should have asked for an explanation.
Well, she like holds up her necklace with the gem in it. I had full intentions of trying to make my way into the void somehow before all of this took place, but it was convenient, you could say. I really only wanted to visit the void to see what was in here, and there's not much about it. Mostly just what things can come here and live here, and that's everything. And the fact that no one can enter. At least not without invitation.
How long do you plan on staying? It sounds like you don't have an end goal.
Well, now that you are bringing that to my attention, I don't necessarily have an end goal, but I do think it is important to hurry this along. So, mostly I just want to find creatures and document them, and hopefully one of every kind, at least. There seems to be quite a lot of things here, but I hope it shouldn't take longer than, perhaps a day.
Well, out of curiosity, what's the fascination with beasts, and why do you feel the need to journal them?
Well, no one else has. And I've done a lot of reading on creatures of all kinds, and it seems rather unexceptional that somebody hasn't taken on the mantle of making a bestiary across the continent. It's a quite important task. Like, as a hunter, it would as a hunter, as you said, would appreciate such a book in their possession, I would assume.
The human hunters, maybe, but my kind believes in experience more than anything. We document, but not normally hunting. That's learned and experienced.
Oh, well, I can quite understand that.
Sorry, it didn't mean to be abrasive. I meant it in the sense your goal seems flawed and no problem to you. What really are you going to document of creatures that are in this void? This isn't their habitat. This isn't their environment. Yeah, sure, you see them and you write about them, but seeing them on our actual home, wouldn't that be more insightful?
Well, it would certainly give me more information, yes, but I don't know that seeing all of these creatures firsthand is doable for at least someone like me. I might have just recently become an adventurer, but adventuring isn't something I wouldn't say I'm good at it by any measure.
I think a lot of people would disagree with you on that.
Well, thank you. I will take that as a compliment. But it's important to have an idea of these creatures, at the very least, like things that they would like, things that they don't like, especially for those of us who are just studying them, not necessarily hunting them down, although making sure that your people and the people you care for have enough food is very important.
Well, we can move along. I didn't mean to doubt what you're doing in any way. I wanted to provide perspective. I'd rethink the fact that you question your abilities as an adventurer. Don't let the doubt of Onyx and Rubio creep into your future confidence in you. Raven and I believe you to be just as skilled and classified as all of us, regardless of what those two think.
Oh no! I do appreciate it. I will say, I do think, now upon reflection, I do think that their concern was more about ill-placed suitors rather than my abilities to protect myself, but I do appreciate it. I wouldn't say that I'm concerned because of them, but, well, I'm rather book smart, you understand. I'm not exactly... Well, I've had plenty of training out in the forest with beholders, of course, but it's not... Well, it's not comparable to the experiences I've had now traveling by myself and now with you all. But we should probably attempt to move on, although I am finding this whole invisible platform a little unsettling. And she just like cautiously tries to take a step forward.
It's actually a good point. We don't know how far it goes. You're right. We should move along, and if I can help you in your goal, I will. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. Let's move along.
So as you two decide to walk, fly, swim, you can tell the environment here just allows you to do whatever. As you see dragons flying below the islands and sea creatures swimming above your heads, this environment just allows you to travel as you wish. And from here you see 3 islands, all of them filled with varieties of creatures, and you can tell that Ferrer has headed up to the very top island and went to where the waterfall is kind of streaming from, and you could tell that right at the tip of it there's a very nice built tower, and he's sitting on it just hanging out. From this distance you can't really tell what he's doing. So from here, what do you do?
Well,
Kylo really... Oh, no, you go ahead.
no, that's actually all I was going to say was well.
So Kylo probably, like, she wants really desperately to go see if she can find either the Bahir or the Medusa that she managed to help bring to the Void. But that seems a little ill-sighted when she thinks about it. Like, she's like, oh, I want to go see these people. Oh, but I don't actually know where they might be. Maybe I should go talk to the guy who, like, actually knows this place. So, yeah, she'd probably head in the direction of the tower and Ferrer.
So the two of you, as Cars is tagging along, travel to the tower. This is where we cut to the Goblin Cave.
Oh boy!
You guys get the door opened, and close to 500 goblins are rushing to you, just all prancing and looking at you guys, and they all then just step back.
I like those odds.
Oh, shiny rock! Shiny rock! Shiny rock prophecy! Shiny rock!
And they all start losing their mind, yelling shiny rock. And at this point, there's close to 300 goblins that have flooded through the cracks of your feet and are now pushing you from behind, leading you unharmfully. If you want to try to counter this, you can, but it is going to be a very long night.
I don't want to counter it. I just want to kind of like dig my heels in and just make it just a little bit harder for them to push a 900-pound man in armor.
I'll allow it. You kind of like just with your being an Earth Genasi, you just kind of rub your feet into the ground and sink a little bit. And as they're pushing you, they're leaving behind it just a massive trail. They're so far behind Eldarian and Rubio, but you're still being pushed as there are hundreds of them pushing you.
And then after a second, I'll just start walking and catch up to the other two, so they all...
Shiny rock! Shiny rock!
And they just keep going after you.
What in the God's name is going on, Onyx? Do you know?
I'm shouting this, I'm assuming.
I think they like the armor.
I'm gonna like use my hand quickly with the mask and make my hand get up a little shinier and see if it has any effect on them.
They do not care. They are still chanting shiny rock, shiny rock.
I guess because mine's the real thing. The real deal.
They've got good taste.
Yeah.
How do you hold it, Eldarian?
What the hell is going on?
If you need help, just give me a call. I'll have the Griffin scoop you up.
I'm all right. Just go with it, and we'll find out what shiny rock is.
Go with the flow.
Maybe.
Going better than I planned.
I am your god. Wow.
Nice. Rubio, if this is going a lot easier than I anticipated.
Easier to mean something bad's gonna happen. Hold on to your underwears. This is gonna get interesting.
So they push you right up to a very small fence. At this point, you see below kind of the edge as you're walking into this massive, what seems to be Colosseum in a sense, as it's going down a tunnel, and the tunnel is leading down into this cavern with floors upon floors made of either brick or just wooden bridges that creates this huge cave, in a sense, for the goblins to live in. At this point, you're seeing goblins climbing up the wall because they're hearing shiny rock, and the second their eyes peek up, they start chanting it, and then everyone goes silent as a whistle goes off. A very small, you know what, 1 second.
I thought that was like super chill music for what was going on.
Yeah, no, it's too much.
Oh, no, this is nice.
I was like, I need to be more hyped. There we go.
Nice.
There you go. A very, very kind of smaller than most, goblin comes up, and he's wearing a lieutenant hat and a small leather jacket, and he has this tiny little stick as he walks up towards you, and he looks at you. I am God. God I do. Weapons here. Now. Shiny rock! Weapons here. And he points towards a giant bin, telling you basically to unarm yourself before entering.
I have a question that I don't think we've brought up before. Is the laser beam swords, are they just the hilts and then they extend?
Yep.
Sorry, buddy.
You mean the lightning emitting retractable rod?
I'm not saying all that.
Oh, well, then this might change your fate.
I don't think it will.
Would have I recognized this as a security outpost prior to this mob pushing us there?
Oh, 100%.
Sweet. Because I wouldn't have needed my rapier, so I was just going to passively change it back into its book form and put it back on my hip. I'll hand over, like, the 2 daggers I have, though.
Yeah. Are they searching me?
No.
Okay. I just kind of produce a little bit of flame in my hand and, like, tuck it away.
Oh. And then you see one or two goblins try to do it, and you can see sparks coming out of their fingertips, but not a flame.
Amateurs.
That there's sparks even for casual goblins.
Yeah, I'll put some daggers in there.
Guys, I think I might have just started a cult.
I think Onyx is the cult leader, though.
You guys.
No. Shield. Shiny shield. Shield.
It when it's retracted, it's not a shield. It's like a little circle. The shield extends out.
Okay. So 1 second.
It's like Captain America's when he gets the one from Wakanda, where it's just like on the arm.
The cool one.
Ah, okay.
The cool one.
So he instantly knows they're goblins, and this guy, he's looking you guys all up and down. No, put it all. Now.
What do you mean? This is my armor. It would take me at least 2 hours to take off, maybe 3.
As my dad said before bedtime, we can do this the easy way or the hard way. What is it going to be? Items in the bin.
I won't be a shiny rock if my...
We only had one bed in the household.
Wait, what?
I think Eldarion just goes, okay, and puts his daggers in the bin.
Ah, there we go. Very well. Very good.
Yeah.
Open up the gates.
There you go. Hey, it worked.
Keep him up.
As he feels satisfied, the gates opened up, and you are just being admired as a lot of goblins are no longer pushing you. They let you in. A lot of them are getting timid and intimidated by the glowingness as you're just shining armors reflecting off of every torch or lantern that's been lit. Yes.
Did they let my griffin through?
No.
Oh yeah, the griffin.
Oh wait, well,
it's over like a fire pit. Just
yeah. What did they say?
Yeah.
They don't let my celestial magical. Well, it's not magic when it's out.
Yeah.
My celestial being. That's discrimination, and I will not stand for it.
Oh, okay, that's very good. Sure. You know what? 1 second. Intelligence. So that's 3 with a negative. Okay, no. They let him in.
Negative.
Big bird. That's what they said. Big bird. Big bird.
Feathers. Feathers. Pick feathers. Pick feathers.
Hey, don't touch my feathers.
Shiny rock! And at this point,
Focus
you
on me.
see the very center of this massive catacomb leading down with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of floors where goblins could live on. In the very center, on the floor that you were on, there's a platform of its own that possesses a kind of pyramid that is made up of cobblestone, obsidian, and steel, and all being lit by torches that are within the ground itself. What do you guys do?
Are we past the gate yet? Are we still?
Yeah, you are past the gate.
I turn to
Are
a
they
goblin
still
and go,
hurting
where go?
us?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
are
dude.
they like
I'm sorry.
still pushing us somewhere, or are we kind of just standing there?
No, at this point, they're no longer pushing you. A lot of them are just admiring the view of you, but the path that is open is obviously leading towards the temple in the middle.
I'm gonna clear my throat and say, well, from my experience, the prettiest building is where the person in charge is. So let's go talk to whoever's in the temple.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna lead the charge right through the parting in the crowd.
We're in the thick of it now, so.
What is all of your passive investigations?
Ooh, I think I have a good one actually.
11.
11.
Yeah.
You said 16.
Okay. Okay. You guys make your way to the temple, and as you're walking into the temple, there are two very big metal doors. These are the doors, obviously, the goblins cannot open and close. This is something bigger has to open it. Something like the size of Onyx would have to open up this door.
Actually, only 6 foot.
Yeah, taller than both of the elves.
Wide.
Alright, lads. Me and Petrie got this. And I'll push one side of the door and have my griffin push the other.
Okay. Can you give me 2 strength checks?
I will. And can. And will.
Indubitably.
Holy shit. Oh my fucking god.
Nah.
So I rolled 2 dice, right?
Yeah.
Nat 1, nat 20. I think the
Which
nat
one
20's
is-
for me.
Okay.
The nat 1's for the bird.
Very well.
I'm not even
So you-
joking. That's
So for the first
insane.
time ever, Onyx succeeds a roll amazingly, pushing it open. The door opens, and you see the hippogriff
Excuse
walking,
me.
moving
Do you
his hooves, and pushing his head into a door that isn't moving, but the left side of it is open.
Do you know how jacked my stats are? I succeed all rolls. I just don't roll high.
Ruby will say to the bird, I think it's a pull, beastie, not a push.
That's what he says. Alright, well, I got one open at least.
Then let's enter. Why are we sitting here talking to a bird?
Well, I can
Because
talk
he's
to him.
cute. I'll walk in just.
You know, he
smile,
actually
just like-
understands common. He knows every word you're saying to him. It hurts his feelings.
That's
Oh.
us being nice to him.
Well, then I'm sorry, bird.
He's a good bird.
He says, I'll think about it.
Think about it.
I walk in.
Okay, let's find the leader and get this over with.
You guys enter into the Goblin Temple, and this is where we cut to Raven and my goodness, I don't know why I'm blanking. Jim Jam.
Jim!
I know it's such a simple name that I blanked on. I don't know why. It just happened. All right.
The Jimster.
As 2 of you find a nice place to rest for the night, you find a vacant tent with the barrel of ale on Raven has stolen and the plates of food that the Shadow Riders have offered to you guys. From here, what do you do?
I only have one plan. Sleep, wake up, dragon, kill. Yes.
It's not a terrible play.
Jimathorn.
I might do like a little bit of prep or something like that. You know, maybe make sure all my stuff is ready, all my gear is like primed. You know, maybe sharpening my arrows, make sure things are nice and good. You know, make sure I got figured out a good position for some of those fire arrows and some of those special arrows I got in my quiver, so I can get to them really quick, easy. But yeah,
while you're up, kind of prepping, and Raven probably is passed out prior to you being done, I'm assuming. One of the Shadow Riders approaches you and notices the stone on you, and kind of looks to the left. Who are you?
I'm Jim Thorin Quinalesti, I'm Ranger from the Empire, Racontor.
Are you friends with the guy in there?
The one that's sitting right next to me? Nah, we're acquaintances, I suppose, at this point. But maybe good friends. I think there's fertile ground there.
Be careful, because he put a knife between my legs because he thought I was a bad guy. Don't let him think you're a bad guy.
Oh, that guy. All right, I know who this guy is.
Well, to be honest, most people don't think I'm a bad guy. I'm kind of a good guy.
Well, I think you're a good guy, but that stone was pretty nice. So I know he got some cool power. What'd you get?
I got this bow, and
nice.
I don't know what else, if I'm being honest. I haven't tried anything yet.
I don't know how it works, but I mean, they all got two things. I think the Janansi got another thing, and when we were helping people out, I saw him look very inspired from something that happened to his book. But I mean, do you not get two things? You got one?
I think I got two. I'm going to flip it open. I think I got two things, and I'll try and trigger the power that I have. So I guess should I roll for it, or the how many?
Yeah, and if you want me or yourself to explain what you're doing as you kind of check it out in your book.
Oh, yeah, I'm just like reading through some notes, and then you can hear some like crunching of stone, and like some light like peering from the ground as like 4 terracotta like soldiers rise from the ground. Like nothing, just it's all like armored and stuff like that, but it's all stone, obviously. Kind of just like crunch up, and like the tent starts to rise up like a couple of foot as they're fully like standing and like not aware of what they're doing.
Oh. Well, that's fucking scary. I mean,
yeah, it says something about creating extra manpower. The mountains will be the soldiers at my fingertips, something like that. I don't know. As I'm just kind of looking around and seeing the tent is a lot taller than it was before.
As they're both talking, Raven's gonna turn over and open his eyes and look at the soldier in the tent, take out a dagger, and just go.
Hey! I thought you were sleeping. Are you not concerned about the giant fucking stones in your tent right now? You're more concerned about me.
They seem pretty
I'm a good
chill.
I got $20. Says I can get his right nut in one hit.
What's a buck?
Wait, you want to take that? You want to take that gold bet?
You talking to me?
Yep.
I have no gold intentions with this testicle, but sure, I'll put. You know what? We'll say even 100. We're flush with cash, actually.
Cool. You want to take that bet?
We are betting on my nuts. Oh, no, I'm gonna leave. Don't throw nothing, otherwise you're gonna piss off your father. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go.
What's he gonna do? Right. Abandon me again? Oh no.
Oh, that sounds sad. Why?
I brought up some bad trauma. I'm gonna leave. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who's that?
Backs out of his tent. I mean, I'm trying to think. A paladine. Oh God. And he walks out.
Stone shoulders. If I can control you, raise up a right thumb like this.
They all just go.
Hey, I think they listen to me. That's kind of cool.
And they just stay there with the thumbs up.
Can y'all speak? Speak if you can.
They open their mouth and rocks fall out, and they close their mouths.
Yeah, that's about fair. Y'all got can y'all use weapons, or is it just punches, or?
Their arms stick out, and this is where your tent gets shredded to pieces as each of them pull out a different type of weapon: a greatsword, longsword, rapier, and a javelin.
All right, well, that's kind of nifty. I had this second. What's your power? Yeah, I don't even know what yours is. I don't even know really. I mean, I'm new to this. So how does it work?
Well, my axe lights on fire, and fire doesn't hurt me as bad.
Well, that's nice.
Nice job adding skylights to where we're sleeping. Hopefully it doesn't rain.
Thunder in the background. It's good to figure this out now, I guess. Hey, before I thought it was just us two. Now it's a 6 against the dragon. Though I don't know how helpful they'll be with that particular thing. You know what? We'll find out.
Wow. That was a really long sentence.
Hey, stone soldiers, be stealthy.
They all completely.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll work.
They don't.
There's just a bunch of crunching of stone as they squat down.
That doesn't sound like an avalanche at all. We should never be picked up. Fantastic.
Yeah, I have a way about me where things can kind of get lost in the works in the forest, so I think we'd be all right.
I hope so. I just want to kill a dragon. That's all I want to do. I've only killed like 3, 4, 20. I'm going to bed.
All right, stone soldiers, keep watch.
They just hunch down over top of you, staring at you.
This is uncomfortable.
Honestly, I'm gonna sleep like a baby. This feels good, being seen like this, being listened to even as I roll over.
What'd you say?
Yep.
As the two of you pass out, and wait, when you do arise in the early dawn, your stone soldiers are turned to rubble. After a long rest, they dissipate.
Survival check. Let's go find
Survival.
that dragon.
All right.
Oh, sure. I guess I can wait. Is it an action to summon the soldiers?
You can cast it once a day, and yes, it is an action.
All right. Was it particularly loud when I did it?
Oh, extremely.
Oh.
Maybe wait to summon those guys when he's already trying to eat me.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I think that works. 24 for survival to track this beastie.
Okay, well, describe to me what you're trying to do.
I am looking for air debris, so
air debris.
Broken, air and ground debris. When you're tracking, if it's air debris, it's in the air, broken branches and stuff, and ground.
Oh, I thought you meant debris in the air. Yeah, I was.
So Raven, when he arises, that's most likely when Jimathorn would have gotten up and noticed his stone soldiers are gone. He makes his way out of the tent, seeing everyone walk around and get ready for more travel as the villagers that were using this for a one-night stay before making the rest of their way to the Republic. They're all, getting ready, eating breakfast, and he makes his way to the edge where the cliff is. This cliff is about 700 feet deep, so you can see far. And looking for the debris with that amazing survival check, you're able to tell where there has been some massive burns, but the burns almost seem very specific, as if the tree erupted from burns within it. And that leads to where the lagoon lake is.
Looks like we're going to a lagoon. Let's do this.
All right, sounds like a plan. And you could tell that Jim is a little reticent, maybe a little bit worried, maybe not 100% sure that we can handle a dragon on our own.
I'm going to use my strength and athleticism to scale this cliff.
Can we fly?
Oh yeah, we can do that too.
Yes, you just was let's go. I'm got the whole.
Yep. Nope. Right. Got it.
Brother man, we got this whole fly.
Yep. Nope. Yep. My man. So we
if
fly
you want to climb, I'll meet you up there.
I'm getting on the hippogriff right now.
All right.
I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't know what I need, but it's not that.
Where is?
I just want to kill something.
There you are. Okay, so the two of you travel to the Lagoon Lake, and interesting enough, you're not introduced to a dragon. You're introduced to a very small girl, human girl, crying over 2 burnt corpses.
Hey. Hey.
Did you just flick? Oh my god.
Oh!
Who are these two people?
My mommy and daddy!
Oh, they are done. I mean, I'm sure they'll
Hey, listen to me. Bless your heart here. It's okay. It's okay. You know, there's people nearby that you can go to, and there's a. Is it within even a reasonable trek for her to get back to that camp?
Oh no.
You go straight back that way. In between the trees. There's
How
this
long
tree
did it
here.
take to get here?
On by flight,
Yeah.
probably I'd say 10 minutes. A solid 10 minutes. If you're just flying down, you have the altitude.
Should we
But
just
going
like,
up
take,
might be longer.
Should we just take her back real quick? I feel like this is awkward.
Yeah, so what you do is you point yourself right in between that tree and walk straight. You'll get there.
Well,
at
no,
some point.
she's like 8 years old. Maybe we could just like help out real quick. You know what I'm saying?
I need you both to roll me an insight check.
It's the dragon.
That is a 23.
Okay.
Inside. 7.
Raven, you don't notice a thing. Jimmathorn, you're seeing through this girl. You're seeing the grass that's behind her and the dead parent she's crying on through her body.
Like, I'm gonna kind of like do a little quick, like, all right, well, I'm gonna kind of like fake, like, all right, you know, take my bow off and be like, all right, well, we're gonna go over that way and do a quick turnaround and like fly arrow through the little girl.
Okay, roll the hit.
That's like a 12. You know, I guess it'd be sharpshooter, so it'll be like a 22.
Okay, roll damage.
Either I made a big boo boo, or
You did
maybe.
perfect. I'm so excited.
Actually, I'm gonna re-roll that. I have the piercer thing, so I can re-roll
Yeah, I
the
know.
damage.
Jesus.
So it is going to be 4 plus, was it 15? So 19 points of damage.
The arrow strikes this little girl in the back and she drops down dead.
Well, damn.
Oh, what? No, I may have
That's
messed that
way
one
to
up.
do it.
What do you do?
Dragon.
Oh, I'm
fuck.
gonna. I will check. I guess I'll check the body real quick. I was so sure it was an illusion.
As you walk towards it, it statics and stands up, stares at you. Failure.
Yeah,
and then the monotone just goes deep. Oh, I hope it was. It goes deep.
The monotone.
Of the girl, going from you both think you're tough. Who are you, Raven? Again, tiny little girl. Raven Hailstorm. Just a failed soldier, having to do a different adventure besides his duties. Abandoning his spot because you know it's too tough. And look at you, one of a kind. You think you're special, but do you really not know you're a curse? And it vanishes from behind you. Yeah.
That's not
All right.
blue.
Oh, I know. A giant red ancient dragon appears. On him is being ridden is Cobblestone.
New character. Who just?
Salazar Cobblestone.
Salazar, do I know a Salazar
No,
Cobblestone?
but Raven does.
Hey, Dick Cheese.
And hello, Raven.
Yep.
So there's a thing.
Where's Cause?
At your mom's house.
You're not who I wanted.
Oh wait,
Where?
I didn't care. Oh nope, just kidding.
Where is Cause?
At your mom's house.
Oh, you're pathetic.
Grandma's house.
Really?
Cousin's house.
Grandma's house. Who is this?
Aunt's house.
Who are you? And he points towards Jimmathorn.
He's my conjoined twin.
Yeah, we're brothers. Can't you tell the familial kind of,
Oh.
you know?
I can see an abandoned race next to
I'd say the weaker version of what I'm writing.
Oh, careful! He's trying to hurt our feelings now.
Are you legitimate? Is this legitimately like a Harangan, like a Haranjan, like a bunny rabbit man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very interesting coming from a literal hippity hop. I'm not trying to be that guy, but you can't come at me with those ears that tall. Like you need to lower your voice when you talk to me like that.
Oh.
What's the matter, Cobblestone? It's like you got a cotton ball shoved up your ass or something.
Okay. You don't want to talk very well.
And he throws his hands into his mouth and he whistles, and I'd say a very large young blue dragon approaches you guys.
Yes. Yes. Raven happy.
No, well, why are you happy? There's 2 dragons now.
I got 3 backup characters. I'm just here to have fun.
Oh, okay. Well, this is very tiny. Do I see an arrow coming out of any one of these dragons?
An arrow?
Yeah, because I shot an arrow at it.
No, you shot an arrow at the hallucination.
It was a hallucination.
The hallucination was by the lagoon lake. The dragon came from the other side.
Oh, I didn't know if that was like an illusioned dragon or a polymorph dragon or something like that. Yeah.
So, as this giant young blue dragon approaches, on top of him, Raven would be very familiar with this character. But Jimathorn, you're seeing this young, probably 14-year-old child, who Raven would know as Demetrius, a young orphan boy he had helped in Manitopia a few months back.
Oh,
and you can see that his eyes are inflamed with a blue energy, just engulfing his face.
Don't have to talk to Nar. I told Nar this kid was going to die.
And he looks up towards Cobblestone. You can see Cobblestone in his hand is a blue flame, and he points it towards you guys. And the red dragon flaps his wings, and he's like, or a Cobblestone.
Well, if you're here, your party's not far, or at least others. I will find them. Have fun dying.
And he starts to fly off. I need you both to roll me initiative.
Yep.
And this is also where we're gonna cut.
Oh, we're running out of time, too.
22. Actually, pretty decent.
Can you both message me these?
Yes.
Please and thank you. This would mean the world.
What's your dex?
+5.
You win.
Okay, so there we go. Perfect. We travel to the Void. Yes, the Void. As both Kars and Kailu are making their way, however, to the very tallest island with a tower on the top, where they had last seen Ferrer. Kars, the corner of your eye pierces as one of a folktale bore very much so like that would probably just instantly hit the back of your head was the story of the aspect of Tiamat, an old lord of hell that had a dragon. But the tale says when she was promoted, she banished her dragons to the plane world to be slaughtered by humans. And as you turn your head, you see this 5-headed dragon sitting on the top of a floating rock, minding his own business. From here, do you follow Kailu up, or do you take another path?
Ours is loyal. He said that he'd follow her, and he will. So he's with Kailu till he's dismissed, basically.
Okay. The two of you travel to the top of this tower. This tower is made purely of this orange brick, making this beautiful tower with nice kind of pillars, making a square on the top, where there's a small wooden trap door to enter in, as you see Ferrer sitting on the edge of one of these pillars, peering off into the void, just holding on to this stuffed animal you've given him. What do you do?
Thank you so much for inviting me and my friend here to the Void. I've been looking for an opportunity like this for probably most of my life, and it's quite a big deal. Like I said when I gave you your gift, your brother Dante, he says hello. I do think, and now this is me speaking, I don't wish to cause problems, but I do think that perhaps you should reach out to him. He misses you quite a bit.
I don't think so.
Well, what makes you think that?
I became a human to learn magic, to make this place for my people, and then they abandoned me. I banished the curse of the direwolf to make the void, but then they don't love me no more. So, I don't love them.
If I may, I feel like that's a little more of a nuanced situation than what you have decided it is, but this isn't my battle to fight, so I won't try to push you in any direction.
I will give you some guidance into my brain. Take this tower, for example. Take it as trust and love. It takes forever to build. It's towering up. Every single block is a single action towards the person that you love and trust. But if I were to, and he pulls out a grenade a gnomish grenade from his pocket, but if I were to spark this and throw it on the ground, it's gone. So trust and love is just like that. It is hard to build, easy to get rid of. I don't trust my brother. I don't love him. He banished me. A toy. Good for him. I haven't talked to him in 5 years.
Well, have you tried to talk to him in those 5 years?
I've been busy. Look at this place. There's a lot to do.
You get a nerve.
All I'm saying is communication goes both ways, and sometimes when we're upset with someone, it can be hard to reach out. It's okay. Goodness knows I ran away from a hard situation for many years before I got the chance to make it better. But again, it's your sibling, your family, your relationship, not mine. I do think you should consider reaching out and speaking to him. I do think it would go much more differently than you would expect. But I simply came over here to bother you amongst your busyness. Do you know where the Medusa or the, Bahir? Or the Bahir has, that I helped find your lovely expanse of space. Do you know where they might be? It's such a...
Sorry. I think the Bahir is looking for somebody. I don't know. He is determined. He goes up to every green dragon he sees, and he's determined to find something. So I'm letting him do his thing until he figures his stuff out. The Medusa, however, is down on the main island. He is by the pond.
Well, splendid. I suppose I'll start there then. It's a little overwhelming here. I'll give you that. Thank you. And then she, probably hearing that the Bahir is looking for someone, she definitely wants to go see if she can help with that, because, she knows that creature, and it's in her nature to go help if she can. So she's gonna go try to talk to cautiously approach the first green dragon she sees and ask if they've seen the Bahir.
As I guess you go down to one of the floating rocks and the island and speaking with critters as you can with your bracelet. More so, it kind of gets pointed towards a small village that some druids who had been granted access have made, just on the kind of second island. And the Bahir is running around frantically upset.
Okay, well that's not great. All right, well then we're gonna make our way to the village and see if we can't help the Bahir.
And
because it seems upset.
As you do, Cars, you notice that the aspect of Tiamat, all of its heads are peering and watching you from this island. More so kind of gesturing and trying to study you.
Is this something that I would also notice?
Yeah. You're on the peak, and it would have been below you. As you're going down, you would have noticed this massive 5-headed dragon with all 5 heads watching one of you two.
Okay.
And you get down to the island and through the cherry blossom trees in this magnificent forest just outside of this village, just filled with druids and smaller critters like fairies and pixies. You see just grumbling from the trees as the Behir comes charging out. I need...
Okay.
I need the two of
No,
you
you-
to roll
you-
me
you go ahead.
initiative.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
That's not great.
As
Oh
it
no,
runs at
whatever
you-
will I do?
I don't know. As it's running at you, you
What'd
can
you
see
do, Kyler?
tears dropping from its eyes as its neck is slowly charging with lightning.
Yeah, it's not like we haven't.
Do you want me to send you my
Oh no.
what roll what my
You
roll
got,
was?
you got 6 and cars.
Yeah, tragically.
25.
Okay, so as this Behir's charging at you, what do you do?
I look at Kailu. I was told to not act and not not act without instruction, nor to try to dissuade. So Lars probably looks hesitant because he's not good at hiding his emotions or his face, like facial expressions. We'll look over to Kailu with that like awkward, like my hands are not on my daggers yet, but should they be? Like, doesn't do anything. That'll probably be his turn as he doesn't say anything but looks to Kailu for confirmation.
Alright,
Kylie,
so maybe it was a good thing you brought cars then. Whatever.
Kylie, as you see this, your turn comes on. I'm assuming Cars is holding action. What are you doing? What are you telling Cars to do, or what are you doing as your action?
So I'm familiar with this creature. I know for a fact that it's going to know the smell of me based on previous interactions with the fact that it smelled that Rubio was similar to me because he's my father. So it was like, oh, he's somebody I need to like not worry about. So Kailu's going to like immediately step in front of Cars because she does not want her friend to get hurt and like throw up her hands like in a like, hey, whoa, calm down, everything's fine, and just like speak to the Behir. Because she has the bracelet, so now she can actually communicate and be like, no, friend, hold on, you're okay. How can I help?
Where is Raven?
That's not at all what I was expecting, okay?
Where is Dad?
Huh?
They brought me here, and I haven't found my dad. Where?
You're adopted.
How about... How about we take it down a notch, and we take a moment to breathe, and I can properly help you sort this out.
Breathe. Okay.
Looks up in the sky and just a plasma beam of lightning comes shooting out of its mouth, just erupting the stars that are moving around, kind of like an ocean, sending them in different directions, making a very clear impact point.
I breathed. Where? Is he?
Well, he's not in this area, this little realm that we found ourselves in.
Is he okay?
He's dead.
Yes, I can definitely assure you he is perfectly fine.
Scary fire monster didn't kill him?
No, not at all.
I saw
no.
it go into his soul.
Right. But the scary fire monster has not come back. He's sleeping.
Oh, I sleep then.
And it just collapses on the ground.
From this
Kyler
point
just,
forward,
like,
he shall be
sweats a
known
little.
as Clarence.
I mean, take it as a W. You brought someone different, apparently.
Yeah,
Could've
no,
went
she's
real
just got her,
awkward.
just like.
word choice is important. Maybe breathe next time isn't the word choice for him. Just say it.
You're right. You're right. That was maybe not the best choice of words. In my defense, I've only met a creature like this once before, so.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't have had better words. Trust me, but I'm just saying, you might have just killed a family of birds. I don't know. Anyways, it's okay. Sorry.
That does bring up. Have you told Raven? Because I certainly haven't said anything. So have you mentioned to Raven that we did not actually solve the pyro problem?
Pyrex.
Well,
no, I know his name is Pyrex, but I specifically was saying pyro because he's a fire guy.
He'll take out a little booklet from his bag.
I'm aware of it. We sent him back. I think everyone aside from Raven's aware. We sent him back to the fire plane. He's not dead. He's in my book, don't worry.
Okay. It feels like something that might become more important in the future than it is currently, and it's like a non-issue right now, but might be an actual issue.
This might not be a good quest. It might be, I don't know. If we're done here, do you want to go solve it with me then? No one following each other's leads. We just solve that problem. Is that what you're saying?
Well, it certainly needs to be solved, that's for sure. I wouldn't mind going on a little mini adventure with you. That sounds quite fun.
Really? It sounds fun.
Well, yes, you're quite enjoyable company, whether you think so or not.
Yeah, there's a very I don't know how to be here presence.
You don't maybe make amazing conversation, but I'm used to talking enough for 3 people, so that's not a problem.
You definitely know enough for 3 people, but that's not saying much as I put myself around mostly Raven and a rock.
Oh, well, okay. First of all, that's rude to Onyx. He's much more than just a rock, and also rude to Raven. He may not be good at math, or reading, or words, or thinking things through, but he is a capable fighter.
I got it.
And wonderful. He's a very capable fighter and is very good at hitting things really hard.
Agreed.
Well, now that I suppose the Bahir is solved, I would like to go speak with that Medusa maybe, but I couldn't help but notice that Tiamat was staring at us, was giving us quite the look.
I'm gonna be honest. I might be good at what I do, but a creature like that is outside the wheelhouse of what I do. If that goes awry, I can't protect you from that.
No, that's fair. I don't think we really have anything to be afraid of here. Although I will acquiesce in the fact that Bahir did just kind of get very aggressive. But he was in a very emotional state.
You have my word that I'm not doing anything to dissuade, nor go abide by anything but you say. If you want to do it, I will. That's all I should say. I shouldn't have said I couldn't. I agreed to come here with you under principle and the fact that I'd follow relatively blindly like maybe someone else would have.
Goodness, every time you say it out loud, it does sound pretty terrible and rude, and it was not my intention. Regardless, I think maybe speaking to them might be a a good idea? I've certainly never encountered one myself, thankfully, but it's better late than never, I suppose.
Well, let's enjoy this aspect of your adventure and what you want to do here. I'll follow you. And then maybe we deal with Pyrex and return back to our group, huh?
Sounds like a very good plan. And I don't know if I've said it before. I do think I may have, but I would like to reiterate. Thank you for all the trust you put in me. It is important, and it means a lot.
As he goes to say something, he changes the topic.
So knowledge and understanding of what's out there in the world, that's your goal, right?
Well, yes, it's important to have an idea of what you're dealing with. Kailu immediately just
as they start walking
onto it.
Yep. Yeah.
Off to the Tiamat.
That was Cars giving an out with his insight and not knowing how to do it with his charisma.
As the two of you make your way up to the aspect of Tiamat, we travel over to the goblins.
And for some reason, Rubio rolls his eyes.
I think you were more into that. All right, moving on. You walk into this temple, and this temple is built purely of fucking gold. Like, you can tell right away, this is a golden temple on the inside with rubies and jewels creating kind of a pile that a massive red, I'd say large red, hobgoblin sits with his underbite sticking out as far as possible, these thick bushy eyebrows and dreadlocks making his hair go all the way back, wearing a completely ripped up shirt, but very nice pants. And he stands up. Oh, shit. Shiny rock.
What in the fuck does that mean?
What do you think it means?
That he's your god.
What?
Please, tell me more.
He's a shiny rock.
I'm actually a person.
Holy shit, he talks!
Feelings.
What the fuck? He talks?
You think I was just a moving statue?
I thought you were a gift. What the fuck?
I'm moving. I'm breathing.
That's interesting.
What does Onyx have to do with anything of your prophecy?
Well, we heard a king was gonna bring us a shiny rock. And that's you, King Murchad.
No. Are you just gonna shake his head and smile and say, I do not lie to people I talk to. I may look of Murchad, but I only am in here in his stead.
Oh,
Murchad and Arthur are in trouble, and I am here to continue delegations. I guess that has to do something with destiny. Hence the shiny rock.
So where does the shiny rock come into this?
You tell me, I just brought Onyx along.
Well, I'm sorry, little one, but what do you expect me to do? You're supposed to be Murchad bringing us our funds. And it's been over 5 decades.
Rubio will look back at him and think, and he says, well, the first thing I needed to know is what did Arthur and Murchad originally promise you?
Well, Arthur and Van Helsing both helped build this place for us so we could live somewhere and not have to harm people. I mean, we still do the and he starts to like hide the gems. Occasional theft, but it's you could tell it's like worth a lot that he's sitting on, like probably a fortress worth. Well, but regardless of that, but we had a deal. Well, he was gonna come to us and we would aid him on building things because my people work fast. But he never came. Murchad was supposed to come for him, but never came.
Both of them are in trouble, and that's partially the reason I'm here, is because without you, I don't think the help they need would be achieved. I'm sure you're aware of the whole Saphira nonsense going up above.
Yeah. Inform me.
I check that.
Yeah. Go for it.
A passive 19 in insight.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll let the other two insight it first.
I have a
Yep.
fix of 16, but I rolled a 10.
My
Oh, let your passive
insight
be fine.
16.
12.
Both of you guys, not Eldarian, Onyx, and why aren't you playing? Play for me.
Trubio.
Trubio. You guys notice that he's not like lying. He's lying, saying that he knows Saphira. He has no fucking idea who you're talking about. Absolutely not a clue.
Okay. Well, Rubio's gonna knit his eyebrows and kind of take a step forward, and say, "There's a force above that plans on wiping out everything," and he'll take a finger, including you, and everything around you. And you may not believe that to be true, but I've seen this force wipe cities. I've seen it wipe part of the countryside. I've seen it control hellish and celestial powers. I've seen this force called Saphira threaten this planet, not let alone this continent that you reside on. That's why I'm here. If you know her or not, you will eventually. And she may try to side with you. But just let me tell you this much. Any person or any being I've watched side with this bitch has learned to regret it, or is 6 feet or more under and is unable to feel regret because they are dead. Now, instead of offering an outstretched poisoned hand like Saphira might offer you in the future, let me warn you, I am here just like Murchad and Arthur to outstretch a hand of friendship, a hand of ally, and a hand of an actual future where you are no longer disrespected, seen as a dirty race, but instead seen as the powerful goblin race that the whole world has seemed to have forgotten that you are.
Roll me
There it is.
intimidation and persuasion. Persuasion, sadly, with disadvantage.
Alright, one's an advantage, one's a disadvantage. Let's see what happens. At least I think no, never mind. Intimidation's just straight. I'll do my intimidation one first. It's a soft 14. Not the best roll in the world. Okay. And the other, sadly with disadvantage, would be a 14, but with the persuasion roll, I'm going to add my Dark One's own luck on top of that, because I feel like this is a relatively important statement. 15.
Okay.
Singular one. Thanks,
so
Dark Luck.
With your intimidation, you just pass, making Saphira seem pretty intimidating to this hobgoblin who didn't really seem too fearful of her at first, and then the persuasion of you offering something greater than what he could imagine passes a little better than your intimidation, but both are just on the break. And the hobgoblin puts his hand into a pile of gold and starts just letting it fall through his fingertips. The sound of the coins and gems bouncing off each other as it falls into the pile kind of pierces your ears wrong, and he then smiles at you guys. We get the shiny rock too.
I look over at Onyx I look over at him for a second like, good, but then I'm like, no, never mind. I don't even say anything. I'm just
when
like...
you look over at me, it's just a dead face.
That's all I needed. I'm gonna look back at him and say, Shiny Rock is part of my party, and what I need to be successful in beating the big bitch above.
Well,
and I can see... I can see that you can't have him. He's like your pile of gold there. You're not just gonna give it to me because I like it.
I don't think you understand. I get what I want. Now, if I don't get the shiny rock, do you know what goblins are known for?
If I may, if you get me when this is all over, will you make me your king?
What? No, I'm the king.
Then no, you don't have me. Sorry, bud.
You get to be a cool party trick.
Oh.
Shiny rock that talks? Holy fuck, I'm gonna be well known.
Well, this
We
cool
don't find
party,
many of those.
cool party trick has like countless beasts, dragons, numerous undead. I mean, if you think you're stronger than that, I mean, then yeah, you should be the king.
I don't
mean,
have to prove anything. I have people that worship me. They do whatever I want. If I say go and kill a baby, you know what they do? They go and kill a baby. You know who stops us? No one. Everyone thinks we're nothing. We're not big. We're not scary. But that's fine. If you want to challenge me, I'm not going to fight you. I will send in as many goblins as it takes to kill you. And I promise you do not have the strength to take them all on.
He's just gonna put up his hands.
I thought goblins only followed the strong. And you're a coward and a weakling.
They don't know that.
We did this last time and it didn't go well. We're just gonna put up his hands and say, if I can't give you the shiny rock man, what else can I give you in exchange?
Do you know what at least my tribe of goblins are notorious for?
Gold.
Yes. What else?
I've yet to know your clan. My assumption would be domination. War.
We love art. Art is priceless. Gold you can burn, you can get rid of it. It just, over time will lose its value. More and more things cost more and more gold. But the painting, the art, the music, it never loses its price. I want a performance.
What kind of a performance, Your Majesty?
I mean, I could sing.
However, that magical voice was very tempting. I'm gonna take the song. I want all three of you to perform in front of all my goblins, and they will decide if we join you.
He's gonna say, a moment, please. He's gonna turn back to, he's gonna he's gonna turn, even just in case, if you can hear us, he's gonna turn to Onyx first in Dwarvish and say, do you feel like performing, or do you have a better idea? And then he'll repeat the same to Eldarian in Elvish.
Why don't we just kill him?
In Elvish,
you relay
right?
that we're gonna go in circles. That's the assumption here. I'm gonna say that would be much easier. And I think, can I insight this guy to see like how tough this guy look?
Oh yeah, go for it. You get advantage because you've been around a lot of pretty strong people, so you can tell the difference between a pussy and someone that is full of what he talks about.
Shit.
I'm gonna
insight 16 plus 6, 22.
Oh, this guy would beat the crap out of Raven if he had a one-on-one.
I doubt that.
Unarmed with Raven having his great axe. This guy seems, you see the battle scars deep within him, some of them from some of the scariest monsters you know, and you see kraken wounds on his neck.
So he's
with that insight, you could probably tell that dead kraken you had seen, he might have killed. But you don't know. You're just...
Wait.
I'll say back to the group. Oh, sorry.
So we shouldn't fight him then?
We can at least try. The whole point is to get them on our side. If we murk this fella, there's a chance less than that they'll join us.
Do you mean if we walk out with his head in our hands, they're gonna think we're gods?
I mean, yeah, we could, murk this guy and then distribute the wealth among the goblins. They would love us.
That's a really good idea.
I've always been saying, distribute the wealth among all classes.
Must we always resort to killing everything?
I mean, obviously, I can't sing. Can you sing, Rubio? Can you sing, Onyx?
Yes.
I've got a tune behind my voice. I could make a bar tap their foot, but we can always at least try the performance side of things.
Yeah,
and if it doesn't go well, then we can murk the king.
Yeah,
I'm fine with the secondary plan B is death.
We can try a nice little song. We can even slide in some disses towards them.
Yeah.
Keep it on the low.
I like that.
This is going to end miserably, but okay. I'm with whatever you two want to do.
At the end, it's either to be pain for us or pain for them. We'll try our best either way.
Also, remember, if you stay within 10 feet of me, I can get us out of here in a hurry.
Just
Moral,
remember,
stay
if
together.
I can touch your shoulder, I can heal you.
That's a good thing to know.
Another thing. There is 4 of us.
Yes.
Griffin included.
Ah.
I just saw your face. We have numbers, and we know we have firepower.
I mean, did you see the horde when we walked in here? We don't have the numbers.
Yeah, but
we could always
we
lock
could close that
doors.
door. Yeah.
I mean, that is very
could
possible.
Not open that. That door is big.
That's true.
If we fail this performance, then the moment we know, I'll head to the south door. One of you head to the north door. The moment we lock those bastards, it's on. But that's only if we fail.
Alright, I'll head to one of the doors. Rubio, you head to the other door. Onyx can one-on-one him, probably. Till we get back. Get back. Okay, good plan. Break!
Nice.
I just want you guys to be aware. If I activate my Sacred Weapon feature, my Channel Divinity, I'll have a plus 19 to hit.
Yeah, if we
Brad.
go ham, we can get them.
Yeah, you didn't know about that one, did you?
I did know about that one, but I'm just upset.
Forget about it?
Sorry, plus 15, my mistake.
There we go.
Only plus 15.
Only plus 15.
Well, with the radiant damage. Anyway,
I'll turn around and say, performance it is.
Oh, very good. I want a song of the old tales of the Great War. You know it, right?
Ooh, a
Do
little
I?
bit before my time.
Oh,
I did read the Goblin Books. Do I know anything about the... Okay.
You can roll history with disadvantage if you guys want.
Bet.
2 nat 20s? How did that happen?
It's just, I have advantage on it, so I'll roll straight.
It's an 8.
19.
Plus history. 9.
Damn it.
You know, well, I'd say Rubio, you know bits and pieces. Eldarian, are you rolling for this?
What am I rolling?
History with disadvantage to see if you know the story of the Great War, or not the Great War.
Sure, I'll roll with my 1 history.
Yeah.
That is a 2.
Oh, okay, no. Ruby, you know bits and pieces, but the full story isn't quite clear to you.
Okay. I probably know the beginning half, but forget the last bits of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay. I'll say the title of it, I don't know what it is off IRL, but I'll be like, I know the first little bit, but I'll try my best for the rest. You fellas just follow along.
If you want me to say it, I could quickly just tell you the story. I want a good performance. My people love the story.
I'll say that would help.
Oh. Well, where do we begin? And we travel back to Raven and Jimathorn. As the red dragon flies off, you roll initiative, and Demetrix goes first. If I could find out where this battle is, there it is.
He beat a 22?
He got a 24.
Boo.
I also got a nat 20. Very happy about that. But anyway,
Boo.
no boo. Cheer. As Cobblestone and the
Please
red
clap.
dragon fly off, he takes his turn, and the dragon sits down, and Demetrix looks at Raven confused. You're gonna fight your own people? Your kind? You're gonna fight this dragon? Really? Do you not know your own heritage? You're a gem dragon. You gotta know something.
What do you mean, fight my own kind? Do I look like a giant fucking
You
lizard?
have
I mean, I'm
all-
a small lizard, but...
You have all the familiarities of a dragon, and do you not know, how your kind came to exist?
Do I? Does my character have any idea?
Both Raven and Jimathorn roll me history with disadvantage.
believe an 8 on it would be the lower of those rolls. I don't add anything to that. This is history, right?
Oh, no. Yeah. All right. No, sadly, you don't. You don't know how your kind came.
No, I don't know much. I feel, I'm gonna start like, well, he's very judgmental, and in Draconic, I'm gonna look at the dragon and be like, so what's his deal?
And Dragon says nothing to you. He just stares at you, just kind of menacingly.
Oh, that's rude. Y'all friends? I'm gonna this time in common saying it to.
I don't know. I am a part of the mind. I feel everyone. I see everything.
Like, are you connected with Ishir Dragon, or?
Oh, I'm connected with this here dragon, and I'm also connected to something that sees your friends, Raven. How safe do you think Kailu and Kars are without your help? Send them off by yourself? Yeah, but going to the void and being somewhere unsafe isn't ideal. Well, here, let me bug you some more. Let me tell you who you're killing and make you feel shitty about killing this dragon. There once, and we travel back to the void. As Kailu and Kars make their way up to the Behir, the aspect of Tiamat, he is sitting there, and you can hear one of his heads mumbling to one of the other heads as it's wrapped around as you approach this massive dragon. And I'm saying massive, like coming close to 900 feet long and large, and 5 different heads: white, red, green, yellow, and blue. Red being the dominant head and just more so focused on the two of you, approaching the other 4, finding entertainment amongst themselves. But you're hearing a very interesting story. But as soon as you get close, the story stops.
Greetings. You, all of your lovely heads, are looking quite pretty today. I couldn't help but notice that as we were traveling past, you were giving me and my companion quite the hard eye, and I just wanted to come check in, see if there was something I could help with.
As the redhead starts to speak, you see his mouth open, and instantly the yellow head kind of peers in front of it. No, we weren't doing that. We were talking about a very cool story. Do you like stories?
Well, I love stories. Do you have one to share?
Oh, and they all kind of get all excited, and they look at the red dragon.
I have business. I want to speak with the half-orc.
No. Tell the story.
Very well. If that's what this druid and this half-orc want.
Kailu's just gonna be like, look at Kars, like, is that what we want? They mentioned you by name, kind of.
I've never really met them, but not gonna say no here.
Right. It would be rude. Well, if it wouldn't take too much of your time, I would love to hear the story you have to speak about, and after, I'm sure my friend would be willing to listen to what you might need to discuss with him.
Yep.
Very well.
Rip my vocal cords.
Once, in a world of Ivermore, the 7 world spirits created 2 magnificent beings before any other creature. A red dragon and a gold dragon. These 2 dragons were massive, powerful. They quickly formed a strong bond and became like brothers.
And this is where we travel to the Goblin Cave as the Hobgoblin starts to repeat the same story, but continuing it. As time passed, the world spirits created fucking elves, and the dragons, lived in peace alongside them. However, the dirty elves. And we cut to Demetrix, the elves, and we cut to Tiamat.
The elves
elves. And back to the hobgoblin. Built families and cities. The dragons grew envious and lonely. The world spirits, seeing their loneliness, decided to gift them with more dragons over the years. Thousands of dragons and millions of elves inhabited the world in harmony. And we skip to Demetrix. However, the tension rose when the red dragon, he was driven by ambition, like you are right now, Raven, desired more land that was occupied by the elves. This led to a great, devastating war, during which thousands, if not millions of elves suffered greatly. In response, the gold dragon created a new form of life known as the Dragonborn. He did this and made these extraordinary beings to turn the tide against his own brother, to help the elves, and eventually brought victory to the elves and dragonborns alike. We travel back to Tiamat.
Following the war, a disagreement over rewards and recognition led to conflict between the elves and dragonborns. Seeking to put an end to the strife, the world spirits created tendencies of water, earth, fire, and the air humanoids that fought alongside the elves against the dragonborns in this feud. This intervention prolonged the war, but introduced a semblance of peace as the dragonborns sought to understand this new race.
We travel to the half-orc.
And the balance of tide shifted. The spirits created gnomes who allied with the dragonborns, further influencing the course of conflict. Subsequently, the world spirits introduced wolves, orcs, humans into the world, unwittingly fueling the flames of fire.
We travel back to Dominic. And this ensuring chaos and destruction prompted the formation of just two sides and two opposing factions, representing all the races that decided to side with each other upon this world war. Standing at the blink of confrontation, the coward gold dragon approached the red dragon, attempting to reason. However, the red dragon's relenting fury as Saphira's, just like Saphira's, compelled the gold dragon to fight for the opposing side, just like she's doing to you. We travel back to Tiamat.
This ensuring chaos and at this critical moment, a man, a legend named Arthur arose and ended a war.
We travel back to the goblins.
And the goblins then arose in this war, stopping it.
And we travel back to Demetrix.
And no one knows how the war ended. But I know how our fight is going to start. I want to see what you guys can do. Show me.
And what do you two say to this?
Are you still talking?
No.
Just one little question. You say you're connected to everything. Are you connected to the dragon?
Somewhat.
Like somewhat, like, maybe, famously, like dragons, blue dragons are like immune to electricity. They can shoot out the face. Can you do something similar? Are you immune to electric lightning? And how does that work? I'm just fascinated with all this.
Why don't you find out?
As I say that, my Drake is gonna come up. It's from a high angle, and it uses its Drake breath right on this fucking guy.
Yeah, so roll to hit really quick.
It's a save, so it's basically
save.
I'm fireballing. I'm just straight down. I mean, it won't probably do anything to the blue dragon. I'm sure that it's immune, but
he
on the other hand,
to electricity though, and it was a 13.
That is a fail. That is going to be 8d6 damage here. I know my d6s. Where are my d6s? My man without d6. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god, the D100 always scares me, dude. That's a massive D100.
Alright, so that is...
It's also a pickleball ball.
Not the greatest roll. 24 halved if he's a resistance, so just 12 points of damage.
And he
It's a
takes
bad
that
roll.
damage. He looks at you and he just smiles. That's it? Fuck, Raven. You were hanging out with a tiny gnome that could actually hurt me, and now you scoop down to this? Weird. And is that your action, or is that your mount's action?
That's the mount's action, which is my bonus action. I don't know. Well, so am I going? I didn't know if I was
believe you were
interrupting
first.
him.
Okay.
Okay.
He decided to use his entire turn to talk.
All right. I will scoot. I'll start to scoot back and go at a diagonal, trying to stay out of a straight line. I don't know if this is a line or a cone, but either way, I'm trying to get outside of it. And I'm going to kind of scoot back my full movement at a diagonal. Can I control? Yeah.
There you go.
I have 35 feet of movement. Let me zoom out. So I'll be back right here. I'll get behind this here little bush, and then I will then do 2 sharpshooter shots. I'm going to aim at the guy, not the dragon. I don't know if that makes a difference.
It does make a difference.
All right, so first one, sharpshooter. That is 20, a dirty, filthy, nasty 20.
Easy.
Okay, Jesus. That hits.
Filthy, just filthy.
That felt.
Filthy.
Jesus.
Just a little dirty 20.
My God.
Where's my D8?
It's a bad little 20, isn't it?
That's my favorite thing about when people say dirty 20. It's like, yeah, it's a little filthy 20.
You're hitting Dom,
That's-
not the dragon.
Yeah, the
Demetrius,
kid.
right?
The kid.
Okay. You're hitting the kid, your child.
So the first
All right,
one's
perfect.
20 points of damage, and then I'm going to do my bow thing where he needs to roll a save or be blinded for the turn.
What is the save?
Let me see here. It's on my sheet. It is a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or become blinded until the end of my next turn.
15?
15, yeah.
14, dirty. So yeah, you get him.
He's blind. Ah! And also, it is a 10 feet. Any other creature within 10 feet too. So the dragon
okay.
also needs to.
The dragon needs to
probably
do a con save.
probably
Got
do a
it.
pretty good con save, I imagine.
26.
Yeah, no worries. I'm then going to have another shot. 19 to hit.
19 to hit Demetrius.
The guy, yeah, Demetrius,
No.
yeah. Doesn't hit.
Does not hit.
All right, so that was a miss. Well, let me double check. Let me double check my math real quick. I think that is correct. Yeah, it was a 19.
Perfect. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Raven.
Well, Raven reaches up and grabs the skull Cars gave him and goes, "Always together." Like, man, are you gonna be jealous after this? And then uses his bonus action to rage and takes 2 attacks at the dragon, not the kid.
Got it.
Reckless. Great weapon master. Oh, that's a 19. So
That hits.
28 minus 5,
Oh my
25.
fucking god. Jesus, yeah, you're good. Yep.
Cool.
Okay. Interesting.
And one of these. Oh, look, a 1. The 1 to 12s on the D12s are the most satisfying reroll you can do. So 12, 21, 24, 34, plus. Is my rage going up? No, it's 37 on the first hit.
Okay.
And maybe not. 22 on the second one.
Okay, that fucking hits.
Good. Dragon is squishy. Oh, no, not that one. That's a 1. That's 2. Nasty. 3, 33 points of damage on the second one.
Oh Jesus! You fucking hurt this thing big time. It is a large young dragon, but it is still fairly young. As you slice into it twice, you can see a giant gash comes from between its scales, and the look of Demetrix, even though he's smiling, it looks wounded. Is there anything you say after you do your turn?
No, not this turn.
And as that, it goes to the dragon's turn. But this is where we're going to end tonight's session, as Kars and Kailu and Eldarian and Onyx and Rubio, Jimathorn and Raven all got told a story. 3 different things will immerse next session as Kars and Kailu explore the void. Rubio, Onyx, and Eldarian have to create a song about the story they were told, and Jimathorn and Raven fighting Demetrix and a young blue dragon. We will come back next Friday.
How many people do we have in here still?
No idea.
No.
5.
Yeah.
I figured we went over and dropped off. All right.
Yeah, it's a 10 o'clock window, 10:30 window.
Well, we will see
Bye,
you guys
TikTok.
next Friday.
Never, ever forget to embrace insanity. We are Beards and Barbarians, and have a great weekend.
Thanks for coming.
Check out the merch store.